G'day, Rabbit and Julie Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially the Hunter Haval Black
Ladies
Diamond.
and gentlemen,
AFL.
good afternoon and welcome to this Hunter Haval Black Diamond Cup
for your
fixture,
family.
massive
Check out
fixture here on
Hunter Haval
Indigenous
and their
Round
range of
at Fayette
affordable
Park
SUVs.
in
We
Warners
want to give a
Bay.
massive thank you
Welcome
to all
also
of
to
the
my
Hunter
partner
Haval Black
Lucas
Diamond
Holmes.
AFL
Good morning,
sponsors.
good afternoon,
Belmont
David. Good
16
afternoon,
footers
ladies and
sailing
gentlemen.
club.
Yes, it is
Gee.
Indigenous Round as well. Sponsors Day here at Fayette Oval. Is what you said, David. Looks to be a mouthwatering clash here this afternoon.
Indeed. I'll do the Terrigal Avoca read through, Lucas Holmes, if you could do Warners Bay. Terrigal Avoca, 1 Matthew Shortall, 2 Corbin Bond, 3 Jimmy Webster, 4 Lachlan Bayless, 6 Sam O'Brien, 7 Josh Polglaze, 8 Brandon Thomas, 9 Jack Grimmond, 11 Sam Ellis, 13 Jason Van Dam, Ben Lamb 15, Jack Fitzgerald 19, 22 Dan Houston, 23 Will McKellar, 24 Ethan Formby, 26 Thomas Greswold, 37 Alexander White is out. Pete Van Dam changes from 39 to number 10. Tim Smith changes from number 43 to 5. Chris Bishop in 50. Jasper Javers changes to 61. Jared Fleet in 60. And the late in to replace Xander White is Will Delahunty in 17. Lucas Holmes.
The Warners Bay Australian Football Club, 1 Jack Hardman, 2 Jake Roach, 4 Luke Roach, 5 Matt Spinks, 6 the captain Nick Turner, 8 Riley Warner, 10 Josh Ranieri, 11 Tom McDonald, 13 Sam Givens, 15 Kobe McClure, 16 Zach Moore, 18 the steam train Ben Hunter, 21 in his 100th game for the club today Lockie Deverill, 24 Josh Nickel, 30 Oscar Anderson, 31 Leo Vo, 38 the returning Luke McKenna, 41 Link Stewart, 42 Ben Crawley, 44 Zach Simons, 46 Nick Medcuff and 49 Angus Lodge. David? And
our sponsor reads, our major sponsor is Hunter Haval, East Maitland and Cardiff, the Belmont 16-footer Sailing Club, GE Industrial Solutions, ISC, Prime 7, Star 104.5, Bar TV Sports, the entertainment grounds of the Central Coast, Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery, Marksmen Workforce, and Subway Morisset, where Lucas, Subway, eat fresh.
And the umpires this afternoon, David, field umpires, Darryl Luck, Jason Crookall, Jacob Turley. Boundary umpires, Mitch and Jake Sweetenham. Goal umpires, Wayne Farron. And in his 50th Black Diamond Cup appearance, David, Andy Baldwin.
And great thanks to Stats Baldwin. Lucas and I are wearing the Mud and Neuron disease big freeze beanies. Massive fixture next Monday. Melbourne and Collingwood at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. And Lucas Holmes will be there, will you not, sir?
I shall, David. It will be a wonderful afternoon of football as it was last year with only a point in it, David.
Indeed. Those Indigenous jumpers look superb. Here's the toss of the coin with Andy Baldwin tossing the coin. Gives it a decent throw. Terrigal Avoca's Jason Danvan's called. And Luke Roach is going against the wind.
Jake Roach.
I beg your pardon, Jake Roach. Jake's hardly been there. So my bad. So certainly Jake Roach, second game back from a quad injury, chooses to go against the breeze. Justin, could you just pan on that angle back to those trees in the back corner, please, and just come a bit wider? Thank you. Have a look at that breeze. That's the biggest tree on the top right-hand corner of your screen now. That's the biggest trees here, and it is howling. All the experience from the games before today, Lucas, is if you kick it into that wind, you kick it below goalpost high, and you might get some purchase.
Which is exactly what Jake Roach tends to do, David. Drives the ball low and gets a fair distance out of him, as we've seen in the past.
And also, interestingly, ladies and gentlemen, it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon and the lights are on here at Fayette Park. It is an ordinary day. There is a whipping southerly coming off Lake Macquarie. It's been horizontal raining. Our tent here that Lucas and I, it's the first time it's been used and it'll be the last time it's used. It's deader than Elvis. And it's just been an interesting day. Did you have a good week, Louis?
It was, David. Great week. Good to be back on a break now. End of semester, so it's good to be back up with the family for a few weeks.
6-week university break. Yeah, thanks. You'd like to go to uni there. With our wonderful cameraman, Justin, we wish our mate Liam well. He was in a bit of a bingle this morning. We hope he's okay. Marty Ryman's just coming off to the field to the left. Terrigal Avoca. Here, Lucas Holmes, fair dinkum football now. No. Game faces on for you and me. And game faces on for Warners Bay.
Yeah, it's going to be a very good test for Warners Bay, as well as Terrigal Avoca, to see where they're both at, especially Warners Bay. David, coming up against the premiership heavyweights and defending premiers in Terrigal Avoca. David? Indeed.
Ben Crawley starting in the centre here, and that's a surprise. So we'll have a look at some of the matchups here. Jake's gone in the centre. Nick Turner's got in the centre. Now, I reckon Turner might go to Jimmy Webster. And there he goes. That will not be a surprise to James Webster. Chris Bishop, a defensive back. Jasper Davis is the ruckman, so Sam Ellis is not starting, and Ben Crawley's in. We're rocking and rolling. Black Diamond Cup football. Here we go. Fayen Park. Tap out Davis. Jake Roach is there. Misses the tackle. Shortle right in front of us in the com box. Ranieri in and under. Jimmy Webster. Free kick Ranieri, I think.
Yeah, high contact, David.
So Ranieri to take the first kick of the game into this howling breeze. Kicks it low, kicks it poorly. Indeed, it was a worm burner. Nick Turner at ground level. Might have been pink for going too low, has he? Yep. He has. So beneath the knee, free kick, Jason Van Dam.
Yeah, a trip, David, this time.
After Shortle. Short ball. More on the mark. Shortle gets a piece of that right in front of us. Marking contest. No mark taken. Davis in and under. Matt Spinks. Left footer comes wide. Moore. Can he get a ball? He can. He's beaten 2. Luke Roach can't go to the football. Out of the ball comes non-dominant side. Jason Van Dam gets a good piece. There's indication of breeze. That's gone 70. Metcalf at the back. Off to Oscar. Oscar Anderson comes wide. Perfect pass, Jake Roach. Let's see what Roach can do with this sort of weather. Goes low and hard and gets a very good piece of that. Spots his brother. That's how to kick in this weather. Hardman's one out. He's in front. No, it's going to go short. Riley Irwin does a good job there. Riley Warner, sorry. Now, is that holding the ball or pushing the back, Louis? I don't know what the call is. Free kick, Jack Grimmin, I think it is.
Holding the ball there, David.
Riley Warner, David. 5 is... I thought that was a 5. We don't have a... Oh, yes, we do now. It's Smith. He's changed number. Jasper Davis, right-footed. Scrubby little kick. Off to Ellis. Intercepted by the steam train. Ben Hunter. Out that ball comes Link Stewart. Bishop. Good tackle, Hunter. And got him. Pinned him for holding the ball. Excellent tackle, Hunter. Comes square. Ranieri and Jake Roach right in front of us. Jake Roach got time. Works through it. Keeps it low. Turner. McKellar. Got to handball out. Good contest. Webster goes to ground. Over the shoulder. And a bit crude, actually. And that's a free kick to Smith. Goes square.
Ranieri's just come off slightly injured, David. We'll see how that pans out.
Thank you. Pushing the back. Easy decision there for Paul Glaze. And he's a little bit wounded there. He's struggling. Someone else might have to take this kick. It was a pretty rough contact, and he was on the ground. So, free kick coming to Jason Van Dam. Those lights starting to take effect, thankfully. Straight over the injured player. Van Dam, Jason. Big contest coming here. In and under was Josh Nicol. And it'd be interesting to see if Josh Nichols, let alone to play loose like he did against Nelson Bay, Lucas. Crawley, tap out. Bishop read beautifully. Delahunty, I think that might have been. I don't have a 12 on my list. That could have been 17. Trouble. Stewart needs some help. And that's gone through, I think. Professional behind. So first score of the game. Terrigal, Avoca a point. Warners Bay yet to score. Lucas Holmes.
There's a short kick out there. Lachlan Devlin in his 100th game. Straight to his partner in crime and Josh Nicol in the pocket. Looking for and finds Oscar Anderson, David.
He had to intercept there because Pete Van Dam was lurking with intent. Oscar's looking at his options. Goes low, as you have to in this weather. Jason Van Dam's there, as is Zach Simons. Could have been holding the ball. Luke Roach in and under. Ben Hunter's lurking, as is McKellar on the sideline and the side of this. Darryl Luck says that'll be mine, thank you.
I think that's going to be the pattern of the day, David. Lots of players are in the stoppages considering this weather.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of stoppages today, Lucas. Bishop's getting things right. He can't be let go on his own. Crawley just beaten by Davis. And you watch here, they cannot have a look at the left-hand side of this contest. Ben Hunter's going to Bishop, is he? No. Oscar Anderson's picking up Bishop, so Bishop not being left alone. Jasper Davis clearly wins that one. Hunter reads it beautifully. Fishes out a little handball to Matt Spinks. He'll use his speed and get around. Lovely football, Spinks. Beautiful low ball. And here's a chance for Warner. And he's free. Use that speed, son. And Hardman, what a superb bit of play, Warner. Now, Hardman is I know he's inside 50, but he's too far out to score in this weather. Best option is to look for a short option 30 metres away. Hardman's looking and thinking.
You almost square it up to the hot spot, David.
Squares it. Doesn't hit anyone, really, and is picked up by Terrigal Avoca's Jack Grimmond. Webster beset by 4 players. Hardman used the speedy well. Great tackle, Van Dam, and should be paid. Is great tackle from the vastly experienced Jason Van Dam. And Bond gives in the football. Van Dam goes square. One bounce. Flint straight down the field using this breeze. As you can see, that's gone 75 metres. The steam train Ben Hunter's at the back. Goes short. And it picked off by Dan Houston, who's a lefty. Usually goes long. Talking to him. Trying to get a good possession out of him. Hits the centre of the square. Stewart shepherding Metcalf. It's got time. We'll get onto his left. Anderson helping. Beats it one man. Oh, dispossessed actually. That should be over the shoulder to Polglaze and not paid. And Davis will have this ruck. Ben Crawley starting Lucas Holmes, which is very interesting for me.
Tom McDonald's still on the interchange, I think, David.
Oh, correct. Out that ball comes from Smith. Very wide. Can't be beaten here. Thomas, who's been in great form and beautifully picked up by Nicholas Metcalf. That is a superb Indigenous jumper, Lucas Holmes. That serpent going in that jumper is just terrific. Marking contest could have been dragged out of that, I thought. Now they're away. No, Vo can't quite get the football. Second opportunity. And Simons is smothered off hands. Right on centre wing. Lucas, it's a behind 2-0, is that right?
Yeah, 1 point to Terrigal Avoca, about just under 7 minutes gone now, David.
Thank you. Ben Huddy can't pick that ball up. It's a third man in a ruck contest, so Davis will take the free. It's one of the interesting rules, I think. And I reckon he's got every right to pick that up, but that's the way they work it. Davis goes long in this breeze. Sitting at the back very cleverly was Gibbons, I think. Yes, it was. Nickel out to Stewart. Gets a scrubby old kick, but that's linked for you. Now Spinks needs a good bounce and he's away. Gets it. Now he's got two sides of his body. Comes back onto his natural side. Now does a step, goes back onto his left. And smothered. Just tried to do a touch too much there, Louis. And good smothered by Polglaze. Ball on centre wing, far side. Lucas Holmes.
Very well done there. Watersboro trying to move the ball out of the back half, as we saw there. Terrigal Avoca, their pressure's been outstanding so far, not having as much as the football so far. This in position for both sides directly on centre wing, David.
Indeed. Crawley. Set upon him. Hunter's in there, as is Nickel. Nickel gets the clearing handball. Oh, pushing the back, has to be paid. Simons with this ball. Goes square looking for Jake Roach.
Zach Moore, sorry, David.
Zach Moore, thank you, mate. My apologies. Roach has stayed on his feet and done a great job. Gets it to his brother, very cleverly worked out.
Touch ball.
That's not out of bounds on the full. That is touched by McKellar. And then I think, great call, Lucas Holmes. Great call. Good spot. Boundary umpire with the ball inside 50. Marty Ryman urging his charges on. No goals so far to Terrigal Avoca. Lucas Holmes has cleaned the rain off the iPad, which I'm grateful for. McKellar with a chance here. Bond. Left footer. Good distance on that one. Where's player? Rovers have got to be at the back today. Pete Van Dam, magnificent handball. Beautiful work, Terrigal. Out goes Sam Ellis looking for and finding. At 50 or not? No, I don't think so. Lachlan Deverell beaten by the flight of the ball there. And I think that this is Brandon Thomas, who's one of the league's leading goal kickers this year. Off come Hunter and Roach. And on come McClure and Vo to give his centre players a quick race. You can see the difference in Ben Hunter's body size. He's clearly, that weight he's lost, he's looking much aerobically fitter and his running's better.
And they have a very strong midfield, Dumont Bay, get more time out of them with class players such as Hunter. However, there's Brandon Thomas from about 35 to 40 metres. Directly in front, Brandon Thomas, slow deliberate approach. Looks fairly good off the boot, David. It's a goal.
Lovely work, Brandon Thomas. And I'll do the sponsors read. The score, please, Lucas, before the sponsor read.
1 goal, 1-7, Terrigal, Avoca. No score, Warners Bay. Just under 10 minutes gone, David.
Looking for a feature-packed premium SUV for your family? Check out Hunter Haval on the range of affordable SUVs. Starting from just $24,990, drive away with a 5-year warranty and 5 years roadside assistance. Hunter Haval give you more. Book your test drive today. East Maitland and Cardiff, and their top of the range is the H9, and it is a superb vehicle. Hunter Haval, East Maitland and Cardiff, the major sponsor of the Black Diamond Football League.
Sure is. AFL Hall of Fame umpire Darryl Luck bringing this ball back to the centre, David.
Ellis into the ruck now with Crawley. Ellis over the shoulder. Vo's just beaten Bishop to that. Spinks, who started off well today. Lovely pick up, but Bishop gets a left footer out. Oh, I thought Stewart's nudged Smith out there, and he's done enough. Spoke to Lincoln, was article posted during the week. Great bloke to speak to, interesting man. Didn't take up football until well into his 20s. Was a hockey player in Canberra. Ended up playing with the Woden Blues down there, and has ended up at a representative number at 36 years of age, Lucas Holmes.
Sure, he did a very commendable job a fortnight ago as well, David.
Yeah, with a 6-foot, 237 forward line that Canberra put out. Goodness me, there's some big men. Oh, left footer! Misses, does Creswell behind. Lucas Holmes to score.
1 goal through Terrigal, Avoca. No score, Warners Bay. 11 1/4 minutes gone in this first quarter, David.
And at the moment, Marty Ryman will be somewhat satisfied. They've restricted and restrained. It kept them down. The second half of this quarter, however, is crucial. Metcalf with a kick out. Will probably come Combox side. Does. Gets a fair bit of that. Oh, lovely grab. Really good mark, Jack Fitzgerald. Bishop's telling him to hold. You can hear that high-pitched voice. There's only one man in the league's got a voice like that. And Lucas Holmes, that is.
Pete Van Dam, David.
Thank you, Lucas.
Looks like he's going to go back and have a shot here too.
Bishop told him to take his time. He has to kick this to the right goalpost if he's going to be any chance. Right goalpost. It's a nice kick. Now, has he touched that or not? That's a goal. Fitzgerald hits it perfectly. You can hear the air from Pete Van Dam in the background. And Terrigal Avoca 2-2-14 as Chris Bishop comes to arrest. Warners Bay yet to score. About halfway through quarter number 1 here in the Black Diamond AFL match of the round. Lucas Holmes.
Belmont 16-footer Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. For all the latest news and promotions, visit 16s.com.au or find us on Facebook, the home of the Black Diamond AFL.
Jasper Davis and Ben Crawley. So Crawley's rucked continually through this quarter. And Davis gets out beautifully read by Vo. Gets the ball forward for the Bay. Flint comes out Combox side, right in front of us. Nickel with 2 blokes on him. And the ball goes out of bounds in front of Grimmond and Fitzgerald. Lucas Holmes having all sorts of problems with the scoring, and it's actually worked now. So we've got 2-2-14 yet to score. Tom McDonald's is just about ready to come back on, along with Jake Roach. He's had his rest. Crawley grabs that one out. He's in trouble now. Should have been paid. Why that's not a free kick, I don't know. Great tackle, Vo. Another good tackle. Good tackling in here, in and unders Webster. Right in front of us. You can see our camera position with our great man Justin there. Doing a wonderful job in all sorts of weather, and he's not well, the great man. Up from the Central Coast today, the big boy. Davis over the back. Webster. Good tackle, Crawley. Shortle beats a man in McClure. Gets the ball up in the centre half forward area. Van Dam. Lovely pluck by Pete. Really, really good mark. Tom McDonald's gone on, and Ben Crawley's coming off for a rest. Now, it's not the distance that's the problem. The only thing is the direction. Pete will kick this way, way out of over the goals with this bruise. Pete Van Dam, inside 50 will be when he kicks it. Gets it up in the air. And it's off to the left, behind Terrigal Avoca. Terrigal Avoca 2-3, Warners Bay yet to score. First quarter. Lapse time, Lucas Holmes, please.
14.5 minutes gone in this first quarter, David.
Thank you. Nick Turner's come off for a rest. Lachlan Devil to himself in his 100th game. Bishop's underneath this one. Doesn't go up at all and lets Fitzgerald mark it. Not far away from where he kicked a goal a few minutes ago. Bishop will tell him to put this to the hot spot, I reckon. That's exactly where he puts it. At the back. Now there's a
Gonna
free
be a push
against whom? To Lachlan Deverill, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And he's correctly given back to him. Deverill deep in the heart of defence. Goes short. That's not 15, but it's paid. Nickel. Goes back and short. That's dangerous. Oh, goodness me. Oscar misses what he should have otherwise have taken. Comes back to Lachlan Deverill. They've got away with that. That's going to go out of bounds in the full, I reckon. Out of bounds in the full. Fitzgerald will take this kick well within kicking distance, but it's a very difficult kick. He's gone square. Bishop, good man to have the ball in the hands of. He will wait and look at his options. Loose men everywhere for Warners Bay. Over Anderson's head. Gibbons at the back. Running on with it. Oh, chance for the Rovers. Couldn't keep it in. Was Smith. Another behind. 2-4-16 Terrigal Avoca. Yet to score Warners Bay. The moment, that is par. That score, that is par. Deverill out towards Simons, and he takes a nice mark in front of Bishop. So Simons got the footy. Gets that ball up in the air. Got to go, as Luke Roach, and he does. Jake Roach gets it out. Big hit put on. Shortle, another one from Jake Roach. And Metcalf, hands come off. That bad ball had to be perfect and wasn't. You need Marty Ryman going across in the background. Vo can't quite pick it up. That's not a push the back. It's a good tackle in the centre of the field. So McDonald gets his first chance at a ruck contest here, having replaced Crawley. Ben Hunter's getting ready to come on for Warners Bay. Smith comes off and Shortle for Terrigal. McDonald wins the ball, gets a handball out. Who's read it best? Metcalf. Jack Grimman will put the speed on. Over the shoulder, free kick, Jack Grimman, I would have thought. Over the shoulder, Jack Grimman kick, and ball given straight back correctly. Grimman goes square. Oh, picked off. Well read. Got to go long. Does. There's no... Oh, that's going to bounce in. That's a goal. Lucas, did you spot who kicked that?
I didn't.
Nick, did you see who kicked that? It was Luke McKenna. Thank you. Appreciate the help there from Nick Cheniso. Goal very much against the run of play for Warners Bay, and that will be important. Goal Luke McKenna, goal Warners Bay. 2-4-16 to 1 straight is the score. Lucas Holmes.
GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the past 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Also proud to sponsor the BDAFL women's competition.
Jack Grimman made that turn the ball over there, and McKenna made him pay. No one at home, and got a lovely loft break, and away they go. So Warners Bay back in the contest. McDonald goes right-handed, hits Hunter. Away goes the steam train, goes down the middle. 2-on-1 out there. Vo roving. Hardman, look out. Danger! What can Jack do from 30? He's kicked it! 2 goals in 45 seconds, Warners Bay. Warners Bay, 2 straight. Big ruck contest for McDonald. 2-4-16. Terrigal Avoca. Lucas Holmes.
ISC. ISC has been at the cutting edge of designing and manufacturing apparel for elite sporting teams for over 20 years, and are proud to be the official apparel partner of the Black Diamond AFL. They've come up with David. They've come up with these amazing Indigenous jerseys as well, David. Look, a treat.
They're superb. The difference it makes getting some ball in the centre. 2 clearances, and McDonald's in there, and it looks like McDonald's at least got parity with Davis. He's a little bit bigger in the body than Davis. They've both got good jumps. Hunter read that ball. That was a clear mark to go right-hand cross and hit Hunter, and Hunter was free.
And what's going to have to happen, David, when Sam Ellis goes on the ruck, is that Tom McDonald and or Crawley can't make body contact because Ellis is a fairly stocky man around the ball.
McDonald's no small fella. He's filled out a lot. McDonald, tap out. Hunter at the back. Hunter again. Starting to put some influence on this game. Hunter goes forward. Roving. Could they kick 3 in a couple of minutes? They have.
McKenna again,
McKenna again. And extraordinarily, after 15 minutes of play camped in Terrigal Avoca's 50-metre arc, Warners Bay 3 straight, 18. Terrigal Avoca 2-4-16. And I'll say it now, Lucas, in the end of this game, I wonder if those 3 goals are going to have an effect. Lucas Holmes.
Prime 7. In 2018, Prime 7 has every big game live and free. Coverage includes 4 games every round on 7 mate, including Friday and Saturday night and Sunday afternoons. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7. Your local AFL team.
Well, 2.5 or 3 minutes on the video that Warners Bay will look at. Lucas, do you want some tape for your sheet, my friend? Might be useful.
Maybe useful, just to wait down at least. Thank you.
Davis and McDonald in the centre. Elapsed time, Lucas J.
Just before 20 minutes gone, David.
What a time to put on 3 goals against the wind. McDonald. Javis gets him left-handed that time. Bishop dragged out of it by Vo. Looks like Vo might be... Lucas? Looks like Vo might be staying there or thereabouts with Bishop. Yeah, I think he may be. Vo... He'll go to him, yeah. So Vo's tagging Bishop at the moment. Fascinating. Davis right-handed this time. And held in. And I think Ben Hunter's the last one up. And Polglay's put him in a bear hug. Davis again. McDonald. Oh, that's almost a throw. Shortle in front. Jimmy Webster, who's been quiet this quarter. That's dangerous. Little kick out from Vo. Luke Roach got to get a hands out. He's done very well. Short ball. 2-on-1 here. Got to stay on their feet. Does. Warners Bay. McKenna. Held in. Good defence to Terrigal Avoca. Really solid, experienced play under pressure. Webster's in there. Up comes Paul Glaze. Up comes Corbin Bond. And Zach Simons was in there, actually, not McKenna, my bad. McKenna was there or thereabouts. McDonald gets that out to Luke Roach. Somehow gets a kick out. And Jack Hardman takes a mark. Little short kick. Now, this is a difficult kick, Lucas Holmes. This is, you're not kicking into the teeth of the wind. This is kicking across it, and this is a tough ask.
We'll have to keep this as low as well, Jack Hardman, but player of his quality, you never know what will happen here.
Got to start at the right goalpost, I reckon, Louis. Hardman from inside 50. How's he go about it? Dragged across by the breeze. Andy Baldwin says that's a point. Warner's Bay's first behind. 3-1-19, 2-4-16. Christopher Bishop has got the kick-out duties. Goes 3/4 and gets it well past 50. Warner's Bay starting to get a lot of parity at ground level at the moment. This time, however, Houston goes long with that left. That's the way to play. And Stewart at the back. Usually picks those off. That's the strength of the breeze. Deverill goes around. Stewart will look for hands. Yes. Anderson steps his man in Ellis. Has to be precise with that kick. Does Vo. Leo gets a touch. Comes square. Needs a good bounce, Riley, and he does. He gets one. Out it comes to Metcalf on his non-dominant. Has a bounce. Good use of the right foot. Good defence as well. Oh, great pick-up and a superb tackle by Jason Van Dam. That's how to tackle a player. That was hard and brutal and legit. Terrigal Avoca starting to put that football in the centre half forward. James Webster's unalone and untended. That is dangerous. Oh, great smother on O'Brien by Vo. He's been good in the last couple of minutes. Metcalf. Trouble. Gone. What a tackle. Superb tackle, actually. Is that Jasper Davis? No, it wasn't. Bishop smothered by Metcalf. That stung. McDonald's in all sorts here. And umpire Luck says, I'll have that. Elapsed time, Lucas J.
Just on 23 minutes of elapsed time, David. Pressure in this contest has just gone up in the last 2 minutes or so with a number of stoppages and great tackles around the ground from both sides.
Has it what? You can feel it. This is on. This is one of the best games we've caught in a while. Vo can't. He drops the football. Ellis comes out. Handball to Bishop. Sam O'Brien goes short. In front is Ellis. He's corralled by Stewart. And I don't know if that's out or out of bounds in the full.
Out on the full, David, as signalled by umpire Turley.
Thank you. So Jake Roach is taking his time here. Elapsed time, Lucas, is 24 yet?
23 and a half, David.
Thank you. Goes 3/4 with that one. Roach gets a fair bit of it, to be honest. Holding free kick, I think, to Jasper Davies against McDonald. Yep, Jasper Davies with the kick. Now, Jasper's not the longest kick.
50 metres, David, for Angus Lodge being inside the 10-metre protected area, however.
Yeah, the players are assuming that play's continuing here, but I think that's right. I think that is a 50-metre... Well, I don't think it's right. It's your call.
In Angus Lodge being inside the protected area there, David.
And Oscar Anderson just coming off the key centre-half back for Warners Bay with holding his left arm and in some pain. Jasper Davies is going to kick this ball from just 10 or 15 metres. So not the type of free kick you want to give away right near the end of the quarter. Goal to Jasper Davis. And Terrigal Avoca in front. Terrigal Avoca 3-4-22. Warners Bay 3-1-19. Lucas J. Holmes.
Star 104.5 FM. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and has proudly supported the Black Diamond AFL since 2005.
Massively important injury if Anderson can't come back. It'll be interesting to see who goes to centre half back. Crawley has been used there in the past, and interesting to see how Warners Bay go about it, particularly if they get a chance to recoup. There's quarter time. So there is quarter time, and a good result for Warners Bay. Terrigal Avoca 3-4-22, Warners Bay 3-1-19. For goal kickers, Terrigal Avoca, Brandon Thomas, Jack Fitzgerald and Jasper Davis. Luke McKenna has a double for Warners Bay with Jack Hardman. Lucas, a quick thought and then a short break.
Very impressive first quarter from both sides. Warners Bay having the majority possession early and then Terrigal Avoca fighting their way back in, and then Warners Bay coming back with it. And we had about 3 goals in about 3 or 4 minutes, David. But then that crucial 50-metre penalty on the end, giving Jasper Davis a goal and putting Terrigal Avoca just in the ascendancy at quarter time.
Thank you, Lucas Holmes. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with you shortly from Fay Oval.
G'day, Rabbit and Julie Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL.
You're looking for a feature-packed premium SUV for your family? Check out Hunter Haval and their range of affordable SUVs.
We want to give a massive thank you to all of the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL sponsors.
Belmont 16-footers Sailing Club,
GE Industrial Solutions, ISC,
Prime 7,
Bar TV Sports,
The Entertainment Grounds,
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery,
Marksmen Workforce.
Please support our sponsors that support us.
We'll catch you on the radio 6 to 9 weekdays on Star 104.5.
So some injury concerns as we come back to you at Fay Park in the gloom of a June Saturday afternoon. Some injury concerns for the Warners Bay Football Club. Lucas Holmes has just been on the hunt, as is his want as our roving man. Lucas, Josh Ranieri first.
Just speaking to Josh Ranieri about himself and Oscar Anderson. Josh Ranieri is done for the afternoon. David, just a knock to the shoulder there. And as well, Josh was saying that Oscar thinks himself he may have broken his wrist, so that's 2 big outs there, possibly for the Warners Bay Football Club.
That's no good at all, Lucas. No good at all. So Warners Bay now down to 20 men, and that could make things very difficult later on in the rotations. So not too far away, and I think everybody's going to be very happy to have short breaks today in this weather. Great start by both teams. Warners Bay will be very pleased. Be great, really interesting to watch Lucas Holmes, Warners Bay, how they harness the breeze. Don't be surprised to see Jake Roach getting a lot of the football this quarter and being set up by his teammates.
Yeah, especially for that run around. If they have any longer shots for goal, you always see Jake Roach running around the back of the packs there, David. So with his length of his kicking ability, nothing's too far for him in this weather.
Mm-hmm. What we might do later on today is I still can't hear on those headphones. So there we go.
There we go.
That's a little bit better, I think.
Yep.
Just not playing up today. I'll tell you, it's causing all sorts. This weather is not good for football calling, Lucas Holmes, is it?
No, it's not great.
So there's Josh Ranieri in your screen. Just on the left there, he's in all sorts. What's his problem, Luke? Is it a
shoulder? It's
shoulder. Okay. Thank you for that.
He's definitely done for the day. It's just a matter of how long Oscar Anderson's out for by the sounds of that, David, which isn't great.
No. Just about ready to go here at Fayenne Oval. The lights are on. It is that dim and that cool. So just about ready to go in the second quarter. The score, Terrigal Avoca 3-4-22. Warners Bay 3-1-19. McDonald and Jasper Davis. Now, I would think that Ben Crawley will have to go to centre-half back, and that's exactly what's happened. So McDonald's going to have to ruck most of the rest of the day, and Crawley's gone to centre-half back, which he's done before. Well, we go. Jack Davis just. It's a low throw-in, actually. Crawley at centre-half back. Gets a kick out, goes forward from Warners Bay. Down at ground level, McKellar. Oh, good tackle, Luke Roach. Flint at ground level. Nicole can't quite pick it up. Dragged out of that, I thought, and paid. McClure?
Yeah, Kobe McClure there, David.
Going square to Jake Roach, and he's now, this is what they want. Jake kicking long to the forward line. Hard man! Not paid! Can he kick the goal, though? He can! Must have been touched in that marking contest. Lovely goal, Jack Hardman. Warners Bay 4-1-25. And Terrigal Avoca 3-4-22. Lucas J.
Bar TV Sports. Bar TV Sports specialise in the live streaming and broadcasting, including the Black Diamond AFL. Bar TV Sports, making your game the main game.
Once again, Terrigal Avoca now going against the breeze, and Warners Bay are down to 2 fit men on the bench with a shoulder injury to Josh Ranieri and what we think is a fractured wrist for Oscar Anderson, and that is not good because that's a long recuperation. That might be 6-7 weeks, so let's hope he's okay.
Very class act too is Oscar Anderson, so hopefully it's not too bad for himself.
Jasper Davis over at McDonald that time. Roach gets a handball out. Looking confident, Warners Bay. It's the best I've seen them play in a while. And speaking to someone this morning, they said that Warners Bay have got the right amount of players in the right amount of experience. 50 to 100 games. They've got a good nucleus, and this is their window of opportunity. Webster, who's been almost dormant and beautifully tackled. He's hardly got a touch, Jimmy Webster, and that's probably dangerous. Gibbons, little short right foot ball out wide. Jake Roach running free. 65-metre ball. At the back, McClure gets the ball to ground level. Got to pick those up if you're going to rove in this level, Leo. Ball goes up in the air. McDonald's got first chance. Jared Davis at the front. Turner. Ball comes out from Grimmond. Houston's in there. Spinks is in there. Lachlan Devil's trying to stay out and stay on his feet. Webster well tackled and effectively tackled by Big Sauce McDonald. And the central umpire says, I'll have that centre wing. Again, Terrigal Avoca down by 3 points at the moment, 22-25. Jack Grimmond will put the speed on. Little short right foot kick, gets into the cricket block. Nickel. Has to be precise delivery, and actually is to Metcalf. Wide range looping handball. Stewart, got to go long. Gets a fair bit of that. That doesn't often happen for Link, but he gets a fair bit of that one. McClure uses his body. He's in front. Gets a posse. Now needs to tap it out. Does. Gets it to the right area towards Metcalf. Here's a chance. Luke Roach. Square. Who's there? This is dangerous for Terrigal. Is Jack Hardman. Almost have a good tackle eventually by Bond. Really good, desperate tackle from an experienced backman. And we've gone elapsed time is 3 minutes in quarter number 2. Warners Bay up by 3 points on a dirty old day here at Fayenne Oval. I tell you, it's an ordinary day. Now that's holding the man. Should be a free kick, Terrigal Avoca, and is that 15 is Lamb. Still no Corey Billons, and Lucas Holmes still hasn't got tape on his folder, and his sheet's going everywhere. Oh, no, I did say sheet. Short ball comes in, Lamb. Left foot up. Goes wide. Finds his man in Bond. Another left footer. Keeps it low. That's shanked
on
badly.
The full.
Yeah, I was about to say it's gone out in the full and should be Gibbons' free kick, I reckon. Not much movement at the moment. Terrigal have got a loose man who's at the moment Grimond. Good grab. Jason Van Dam above his head. Done that a lot of times in what has been a storied career. Short ball comes out, Houston. Deverell booking a contest in at Bishop. What's been interesting for mine, Lucas Holmes, as this ball will probably be held in, I'll just wait for a comment. What's been interesting to me is that the gun midfielders from Terrigal Avoca really haven't had much input in the game. Webster, Bishop have been a bit quiet. Davis, Webster again beset upon, just hasn't been given any room to move. The most influential follower on the game's probably been Hunter. He's had a good effect in there.
You're right, though, David, but these conditions are built for sort of Christopher Bishop, that sort of accumulating role off the defensive centre position, as we so often refer to it as.
That should have been a third man in. That ball was on the full, pushing it back against Spinks clearly, and paid to Polglaze. Turns around the right, goes down the wing. Jake Roach is in there. What can he do? Taps it out towards Metcalf, who tries to turn around. Can't quite pick it up. Terrigal Avoca's got the run of this. Crawley's got to put a tackle on Shortall. Just holds on. In comes Warner. Now, what's Warner going to do? They like him to run and carry to Warner's Bay. Goes to the left foot. McKenna turns beautifully. Goes long. Just over Hardman's head with the breeze. Roving is Lodge. Gave away 50 earlier on that. Marty Ryman would not have been pleased with that. Ball comes out. Grimmon's in there. Hardman. Great tackle, Van Dam. Springs out McClure. That's gone wide. Should be out of bounds, I think, into the fence. It is. And we've got a score line of Warners Bay 4-1-25. Terrigal Avoca, is that 3-4?
Yes, it is,
3-4. And we've gone elapsed time 6 minutes by the time this ball's thrown in.
Looks in good shape. Does Luke McKenna played his first game in a few years last week against Gosford, David. He's been out for a couple of years.
Does look fit and lively. Spinks with Grimm, and there's the two representative Rovers. Spinks over his shoulder, picked off right at that Jimmy Bartell quarterback position, Lucas. Shortall has to take that in front of Metcalf and does. Metcalf professional in the mark. Shortall comes away down towards centre wing. Oh, good mark in front. Lachlan Deverell, 100 gamer today. Goes short, made the AFL team of the year last year. Now, Jay, this might sound ridiculous. He's almost within range. He's almost within range. He would be, it's 10 metre gap. I reckon he's 65, 67 metres out. He has to flush it, but he's close. Jake Roach gets a bit of it. Gets underneath it slightly. Goes to the square. There's a push out. Yep. It should be a free kick, I think. Is it Jason? Yeah, it is. Jason Van Dam for a interference underneath him, or
unrealistic attempt at a mark there, David.
Thank you. Bishop with a little 25-metre kick, hits his man as he usually does, finds Polglaze. Well, he goes another short pass. Oh, he nearly encroached on the mark. Flint. Oh, shanks the kick. Bond. Can a turnover come? No, it can't. Shortall. They're steady at the moment, Terrigal. Got to stand under that one. Does Gibbons. Right next to the centre circle. Goes short. And finds McClure, who goes 3/4. Hardman, who's got two men on him at every contest at the moment. Luke Roach puts his body on the line. Someone comes out of it at the wrong end of it. Good tackle. No, it doesn't make the tackle, Hunter. Houston does very well and rides that. Man in front. Warner's fast.
Sorry, David,
Gibbons.
But that player is down in background still. A bit of trouble there.
Webster takes the advantage and goes. Spinks chasing Creswell. So that player is getting up very slowly. Is it? It's not Grimmond. Is it Corbin Bond?
Bond, yeah.
Okay, so Bond may be coming off. Sam O'Brien's on our right over here. So Bond is running relatively freely. I won't say he's 100% comfortable, Louis, but he's running on his own accord. It's the right side of it's the right leg. Holding free kick given to Jimmy Webster. the Triple Elliott Davey medalist, who played a NEFL game recently, I believe, for Sydney.
Yeah, Swans reserves as well as Aidan Watling and Reed Van Hoesteed in that same game as well, David, from Newcastle City.
Great to see Blake Dunn. So he's caught into play on. Webster, shocking kick. Deverell, under pressure here. Bond, magnificent hands out from Bishop. Creswell has kicked one against the breeze. Give that to the assist to Bishop. Creswell the goal, but Bishop lightning hands, as he's done so often in his storied career for Wests, Norths and Terrigal Avoca. Terrigal Avoca in front, 4-4-28, 4-1-25. Lucas Holmes.
The entertainment grounds on the Central Coast. The entertainment grounds has quickly established itself as the premier events location on the Central Coast. The entertainment grounds is an indoor and outdoor multi-purpose community facility for functions, events, festivals, weddings, exhibitions, as well as horse racing.
It's a great spot. Terrific goal there off a beautiful Chris Bishop handball. Creswell kicking directly in the path of the breeze, which is probably the calmest it's been most of the day. It's not too bad at the moment. Our tent is, I don't have any great faith, I might add. The lights are very effective here today. They're really helping us out. They've done a good job. McDonald and Davis. About time McDonald 1-1. No, Davis is going very well. Webster, Bishop, danger, danger. They start getting hold of the football. There it is. Delivered beautifully to Thomas. Warner didn't go over the mark, Mr. Thomas. Stewart's free. Scoots back. Spinks tries a speculator. Stewart gets a handball out. Off to his mate Nickel. He's got to pick that up. Gets it out. Crawley. He's got a touch of time. Goes wide. Hunter's 1-on-2. 1-on-3. Oh, he somehow extracts that, does the steam train. Does well. There's his mate Roach. Back to Hunter. Got to get rid of it now. Trouble. Smith. McKellar. Terrigal all over him at the moment. And really playing. They've just stepped it up a notch. You can feel it, Lucas Holmes. Just momentum swaying just a little bit.
You're right, David, and that mark taken there by Daniel Houston on the right side for the left footer.
Still has to kick it at that truck in the background. I reckon just at the edge of that truck, the goalpost is the spot to use this breeze. Houston, let's see him work it out. Hits it sweet. And it doesn't... Oh, hang on. What's Stewart done?
It's a goal,
I think it's a goal. It is. Lovely work, Houston. So, Dan Houston a goal. Terrigal Avoca, two quick ones. 5-4-34. Warners Bay, 4-1-25. Terrigal Avoca just got the momentum at the moment. Lucas Holmes.
Marksman Workforce. Marksman Workforce have been great supporters of the Black Diamond AFL since 2016.
That they have.
As you said, David, two quick goals for Terrigal Avoca. You can almost feel the momentum starting to shift again. Need this centre clearance to Warners Bay, and this tap from Tom McDonald. Jasper Davis has had more parity in recent times.
And Davis again. Turner, who's taken the role of Bishop at the moment. Hunter tries to stop Bishop and says, that's mine. Bishop's complaining that he was actually tackled before he had the football. McDonald's got to get up. Davis is clearly beating at the moment. Yeah, McDonald gets that one. He really jumped high. Picks the ball up, does the big man. Gets it out, does well. Gibbons at centre half back. Goes long. Who's roving at the back? Metcalf, who's gone forward. That's not Metcalf. That's McClure there on the side, who's about to pick this ball up now. Comes backwards, intercepted by Smith. And Luke Roach goes to punch instead of trying to grab it. Probably a wise option in the long run. He didn't get pinged. Lodge. Can he get it past? He can't. It's a great tackle, Lamb. And, it's on. Should finish reasonably easily. As long as Jake Roach doesn't and Ben Hunter don't get involved, we'll be okay. Still on behind play over here, I'll tell you. Play's gone wide. I think that'll one will dissipate. Oh, no, it's not going away. They're still going. Play on the far side. Plays on the far flank. It's at centre wing. And the skirmish is over. No main damage, no major damage done. Mark taken by Shortall at centre wing in front of Nickel. Yep. Shortall goes long. Terrigal in ascendancy at the moment. Now, was that out in the full?
Yes, it was in front of Webster and Lachlan Deverell.
So he has called that out of bounds, the boundary umpire. So Lachlan Deverell will take this kick. Lachlan Deverell won't have had marked up a player of Jimmy Webster's ability very often in the last couple of years.
Not very many, David. In fact, there's not very many of players of Jimmy Webster's ability, however.
No. Mark taken. Luke Roach. Goes a little short pass, which was very accurate, but good defensive work performed by Flint on McKenna, and he comes wide and hits his man perfect. Stewart circles back. Bishop's going to have to control that. Can't.
Did drag
All
that
sorts
in?
of pressure. The Warners Bay faithful saying he did drag it in. I wouldn't like to disagree. I think he did drag it in. But anyway, decision made. McDonald and Ellis. Ellis using that body. Lucas Holmes was talking about earlier on. And someone's being pushed in the back, I think. Bishop having a little bit of trash talk there. Might have been watching Steph Curry and LeBron James with a bit of trash talk yesterday. Ball comes out. Terrigal are going really well at the moment. And Warners Bay will do well to put them out here again. Handball comes out. Grimmon's in there. That's dangerous. Good bump by Deverell. Really put him off balance. Gibbons, good fair stuff. Almost a one-hander taken. Warners Bay just can't get the ball past the centre at the moment, which is extraordinary in this weather. 1-2 handball comes back. Jason Van Dam. And finds Pete Van Dam out there in the pocket. He's kicking into the teeth out window. I don't think there's any way, looking at that distance, that he'll get that. Oh, gee. I wasn't sure that Houston kicked that ball without any deviation earlier. So Pete's going to kick from about 43, 44 out, I reckon. Going through his process. Gets it up in the air. It's got the distance, but he's tugged it out of bounds on the full. So in straining for the extra distance, kicks across himself. And it'll be a free kick, out of bounds free kick, deep in the pocket for Warners Bay. Elapsed time, Lucas Holmes, please.
15 and a half minutes gone, David.
Warners Bay need one more goal this quarter, and it'll make it very interesting. Lachlan Deverell, whose brother's got a crook shoulder at the moment. Mark taken by Luke Roach out in front of McKellar. Luke Roach has been okay today. Kept McKellar reasonably quiet. Good pick up there, almost picked up. Oh, look, Jake Roach wanted that more. But now he's in trouble because he's dragged that in. It's out the back. There's Luke. And probably not a bad result in the long run. There's a stoppage. McDonald and Van Dam, I reckon, in this one. McDonald gets it out a bit too tall. McKellar squares it up. Who's underneath this one? Vo gets a handball out. Had to be perfect and wasn't. Warner could have transgressed over the shoulder. And umpire says that'll be mine. The last two plays up will be Warner and Grimmond. Getting towards the end of this second quarter, Warners Bay do not want to give another goal against the Breeze. Need to shut this down. Webster and Terrigal would love another one. They'd have given 3 against the Breeze. Link Stewart gets a mark, goes as long as he can down the flank. All comes out the back. Who's going to get first look at this? Delahunty, I think. Or was that Flint? Possibly Flint. Grimmond. I must admit that they've shut down the Warners Bay followers to a certain extent, the Terrigal followers to a certain extent. Handball comes out, smothered. Now, anyone's ball here, really. Anyone. Danger, danger, danger. Grabbed the ball, didn't have a prior. And good tackle from Brandon Thomas. And in there was Bayless. So McDonald and Van Dam Peter. McDonald gets that one left-handed. Jake Roach gets that ball out, puts it up in the air. Goes long, very long. Lachlan Deverell. Is there another player down? Is that Lachlan Deverell over there down? Not quite sure.
David. Ball's over the back, however. Hardman one-on-one.
Great tackle. They might have been pushing the back, I think. Oh, no, played advantage and holding the ball. Goodness gracious. Bishop saying tempo, just take your time. Little short pass off one foot to McKellar. I reckon that. And a lovely lace-out pass. Terrigal have really settled in the second half of this quarter. Lucas, is that Lachlan Deverell? Van Dam, short ball. Can't quite be marked.
Kobe McClure, I think.
It's McClure, David. Thank you. So Vo, one bounce. Goes low. Yeah, it's not Lachlan, thank you. Oh, over the shoulder against Luke Roach, I thought. And paid. I'm not sure if that's downfield or if it's at the point. Another man down, back and back plays there.
There is, David. Just another Terrigal Avoca play down.
So this is McClure in front of us, who's struggling. Ben Hunter's about to go back on. Webster's got a free kick for being disposed of illegally. Off one step goes the little bullet. McDonald's in there. Houston. Oh, great hands, Houston. Can Smith finish it? Misses. Point. All been Terrigal Avoca the second half of this third quarter. So Warners Bay now to one uninjured player on the bench, which is going to hurt later on. 10 points of difference, Terrigal Avoca, and that's an accurate reflection of this second half of the second quarter. They've been outstanding. Jake Roach gets a long ball out. They're all gone at the back. That ball comes out to Hunter right almost on centre wing. Grimmon's in front. Good tackle, Metcalf. And goes out of bounds in the full. Great work there by Nick Metcalf. Now McKenna's got the footy. Goes long again. Matt Spinks is up there loitering. And out of bounds. So Warners Bay, by my calculations, down to one fit man on the bench, Lucas Holmes, with Anderson a wrist, Ranieri a shoulder, McClure taken off. He might have been a bit concussed, I'm not quite sure. That's going to be very difficult for Warners Bay, especially on the back end of the game. Elapsed time, Louis?
Just 19 and 3/4, almost 20 minutes gone, David, in this second quarter.
Thank you. Throw in coming in. Davis gets that one out in front of Luke Roach. And we're down deep in the forward line. Not much time left in this quarter. And Warners Bay need to try very much to extract one more goal to get themselves right up near Terrigal Avoca. Terrigal has shown their class in the second part of the second quarter. They've been very good. Really got a lot of the football. That might be out on the full. And here's a chance. So, free kick for out of bounds. Ben Hunter. Should go to the top of the square. Does exactly that. 1 on 3, and in fact goes over everyone. So that's a point. Warners Bay 4-2-26, Terrigal Avoca 5-5-35. 9 points of difference to the reigning premier. Bishop. Oh, that ball's gone to ground. That's most unusual. Metcalf and Vo in there, as you would expect at low ground level. Spinks puts his head over it again courageously. Good tackle on. That's holding the ball.
Yeah.
Now, the tackle's gone to... I thought it might have been Crawley or Metcalf, but Turner's got the footy. Lucas, we're talking about a late goal to Warners Bay. This is very, very important for Warners Bay.
Sure is. We'll get them back inside a goal for the overall contest, David. But Terrigal Avoca kicking 2 goals against the Breeze as well, with Warners Bay kicking 3 in this second quarter.
Turner. Distance is not a problem. Just has to flush it. Close to the man on the mark. Umpire goes to his left. So, Terrigal Avoca 5-5-35. Warners Bay 4-3-27. Bishop short. This time finds his man in the vastly experienced Shortle. Roach chasing Bishop. Bishop gets 2 kicks away in a matter of seconds. Good tackle there. Turner. Deverell comes out with the ball. Rebounds the wrong way, however. Creswell. Intercepted by Crawley, uses his height to great effect there. And again, Jake Roach at the back. Turns one way, again goes the other. Goes on his left. Now that's dangerous. Now Warner's got to get a bounce here. Gets it out. Stewart's with him as always. And gets another handball out. Dangerous times here. Warner under all sorts. Terrigal Avoca got men free. Nichols at the back here. I bet you Ellis doesn't realise it. And he's missed. Nickel actually did just enough there to put him off. 5-6-36, Terrigal Avoca. Warners Bay 4-3-27. Terrigal Avoca a deserved 9-point lead at the moment. 22 and a half gone. Jake Roach comes out to the combox side. Warner underneath it. Nearly takes a mark under all sorts of pressure. Webster, too much body strength. That's a trip. That is a trip against McKenna. He got him too low. Webster's actually done that off the mark. He's been told to go back around. So there you go. All 4 players for Warners Bay at the moment are off with injury. I don't know who the 4th is, Lucas Holmes. By my calcs, it's Anderson and Ranieri and McClure, but I'm not sure who the 4th is. We'll have to find that at half time. Holding and a free kick to Terrigal, I think. Terrigal Avoca. Is that Ellis getting up gingerly? Yeah, Sam Ellis has got a free kick here. And even in this breeze, he's close enough that he should be able to kick the goal. So, look, Warner's Bay in all sorts of problems here with injury. And Terrigal Avoca about to, if Ellis can kick this is a very fine end of the quarter for a vast experienced football club. Ellis, what's he got? Shanks it terribly, and it just makes the distance. Terrigal Avoca 5-7-37, Warner's Bay 4-3-27. And Warner's Bay down to 18 fit men, which is going to cost them later on in the game, I reckon. Jake Roach. Three-quarter wedge, looks for his brother. McDonald's at the back, Bishop's at the back. Hardman's there as well. Here goes Hardman, can't pick it up. Webster, good tackle, Roach. Hardman trying to tap it to himself. 24 is Formby, who's had a very reasonable afternoon this afternoon. And Terrigal Avoca have really had lots of good plays in the end of this in the half, haven't they, Louis? They've gone very, very, very well, very steady, composed. Hands on the ball first.
Sure have you. As you said before, it's almost been a tale of two halves again this quarter, David.
Nichols flying, gets a left-hand handball out. Hardman goes up, uses his spring, goes through, gets a tap out to McKenna. Long ball. Warner's up there having a rest at the moment, and the ball gets taken out by Sam O'Brien. So I think Lodge might. There's half-time. Lodge is actually over there. I think it might be Lodge who was the fourth man. He's just put his jumper back on, so perhaps they'll have one man fit in the second half. Scores 5-7-37 Terrigal Avoca, 4-3-27 Warner's Bay. For Terrigal Avoca, 5 individual goal kickers: Brandon Thomas, Jack Fitzgerald, Dan Houston, Thomas Creswell and Jasper Davis. For Warner's Bay, 2 goals to Luke McKenna and 2 goals to Jack Harbin. Lucas Holmes, before we go for a break.
As you said before, David, summed that perfectly. A tale of two halves again for this second quarter. Warner's Bay starting off strong with the wind, and then Terrigal Avoca playing very well and capitalising on the unfortunate injuries that have occurred during this second quarter.
Back with you in a few minutes after a half-time break. Terrigal Avoca up by 10 points here at Fayon.
G'day, Rabbit and Julie Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL.
You're looking for a feature-packed premium SUV for your family? Check out Hunter Haval and their range of affordable SUVs.
We want to give a massive thank you to all of the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL sponsors:
Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club,
GE Industrial Solutions, ISC,
Prime 7,
Bar TV Sports,
The Entertainment Grounds,
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery,
Marks Men Workforce.
Please support our sponsors that support us.
And we'll catch you on the radio 6 to 9 weekdays on Star 104.5.
back with you after half time. Some scores from around the grounds. Lucas and I might do these one on and one off. First one from me. Actually, Lucas is new.
Yeah. Nelson Bay, 3 goals, 3, 21, trailing Gosford, 6 goals, 7, 49.
40, I think 6-7's 43, actually, Lucas.
Sorry, David.
At Don Small Oval in Tacoma, Newcastle City 10-10-70, Wyong Lakes 1-3-9, and of course Terrigal Avoca 5-7 over Warners Bay 4-3.
At Max McMahon Oval in Rutherford, Maitland 2 goals, 4-16, trolling Killarney Vale 8 goals, 6-54.
And in the final game at Rose Point Park, Singleton 3-2-20, Cardiff 9-5-59. So game's going relative close. Gosford will be happy with that score. They need to win today. So not far away from a start here in the third quarter. Chocolate gets me every time when I have a bite of chocolate.
Still waiting for both sides to come
out.
out.
It's just not. No, it just makes me cough. It's awful.
It'll be very interesting to see how Warners Bay fare in this second half, David, with nil or one fit interchange.
Okay, so I bumped into the physio, and it's a knee complaint with McClure.
Yep.
They're not sure with him. He's a possibility.
Okay, yep.
Lodge was there at the end of the quarter, and he took off he put on his jumper. Yep. So it's possible they may have 20 or 19 to go with. Looking at that there, Terrigal Oaks has got a full 22 complement. So, look, so far, there's been real momentum swings, Lucas, is for want of a better term today. And Terrigal Avoca just showing their class and experience at the end of that first half, when I would suggest you that Warners Bay, some of their players would be running on fumes without getting to have a break very often in there. And you're right, it's probably the best it's been all day right now with the weather so far, but you can see in that distance there that the wind's still coming off Lake Macquarie. Next week, Lucas Holmes will be down watching St Kilda and Sydney on Saturday at Docklands, but the Birkinshaw-Redden combo will be calling Newcastle City and Warners Bay. Cannot wait for a long weekend Saturday call there. We'll miss my little mate over here on the side. And then on the 16th, when we're next together, it's Terrigal Avoca at home. I'll have to check on the thing who they've got on the 16th, but they're definitely at home because I've got a social function after it and I'm not far away, but they're definitely at Hilton Moore. Lucas is bringing up the vagaries of the iPad. So that game too. Oh, wow. Woohoo! 16 June, 2 p.m. Get your televisions ready. Terrigal Avoca and Newcastle City. Oh, look out. Hectic. Cannot wait for that. Bring it on. So it should be phenomenal.
Justin's up there just having a little chuckle at us.
Because it's almost a home game. It's not half rest joint. Yeah. For me it is too. So cannot wait for that. Really looking forward to what will be a cracking game of footy. But of course next week, actually Newcastle City, there's a couple of big weeks for them. Lucas, do you want some tape, my friend, for your sheet or your ride?
I'm all right, mate. I've got to go back and forth, so it's all right.
Very good.
Thank you.
Lucas, did you enjoy calling this morning? You seemed to be very comfortable there and you had a good time.
I did, thank you very much, David. No, it was a privilege. It was good fun to get two sides get used to the Black Diamond Plate competition this year, David, which we haven't had the chance to cover as yet. So
you're right. And with the help of Warners Bay and Singleton Footy Clubs, we've been able to call extra football, and that for us, it builds up your knowledge of players, see the standard of competition, and it gives you a much bigger... And we've got to call a lot of women's football in July, you and I, on Bastille Day and on the 21st. We're going to have a whole stack of women's games. I think we're going to call 8 games of football in 2 Saturdays. So the more football that we get exposed to and the more players, it gives us a better inbuilt knowledge, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. And a reminder for that too, the Women's Day will be around the corner at Tuckable Park at Terrigal, and the representative fixtures will be at Medowie at Ferrydale Oval, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. I'll just talk to Marty Ryman off air if you could take control for a minute, Lucas.
I can. Here we go. Third quarter about to get underway here, ladies and gentlemen. Round 8. Hunter Haval Black Diamond Cup competition. Darryl Luck says, let's go. Third quarter. Here we go. We're underway. McDonald and Davis again.
Thank you, Lucas. I'll give you an update when we get a break on some bad injury news for the Warners Bay Football Club. Ball comes forward. Terrigal Avoca playing players loose, and this is one bloke you don't want to have. Jason Van Dam, over 200 games for his beloved club. Good mark there from his brother Pete, who looks very fit and raring to go. Oh, ball goes over the back. He's trouble. Rovers need it. Thomas, the leading goal kicker in the league. After Price does the business. Great start, Terrigal Avoca. Brandon Thomas a goal. Lucas, I'm going to go away from a sponsor read. Just some updates for you, Lucas, and for viewers. Josh Ranieri out for the day, shoulder. Kobe McClure, ankle, knee, probably out for the day. Oscar Anderson, broken arm. So a very, very telling injury list for Warners Bay. And Lodge, who's the last man left, is iffy. So right. That's the exact quotes from Coach Muddy Ryman. Very most appreciative there. So Warners Bay down to 18.5, 19 men. And they've got a big mountain to climb now. Terrigal Avoca 6-7, 43. Warners Bay 4-3. Lucas Holmes.
At the centre, here we go. Yep, straight away Brandon Thomas kicking his second goal of the day. Back to centre once again. Davis and McDonald.
Davis jumping off 2 feet there, and he still gets the tap out. Webster, who's been well held today, to be quite honest. Terrigal's done the Warners Bay done a good job on him. Over the shoulder, I thought, although he's gone low on Shortall. Grimmond. Lots of pressure coming in. Turner. I think that's Matt Spin's haircut down the bottom of the pack there. And he's the last man up. Matthew, who I thought did quite well again at representative level. He never lets Black Diamond down, Louis, I don't reckon. I reckon he's been very good at rep level over the last 3 seasons I've seen him. Spinks. Oh, buffeted out of it. Comes back, fights harder. Now he's ducked his head. Gracious me. Webster's got every right to ask the question there, in my opinion, and I'll move on. That's fine. I don't agree with the umpire, but he's out there. I'm not. McDonald, Grimmond. That's throwing it and gone. Good tackle, Jack Grimmond. Did exactly what he had to do. Ball comes back correctly from Vo. And he should step him as you would expect. 5'8" rover and a 6'10" ruckman. Pete Van Dam, ball out of bounds. Louis, you wanted to say something, my friend?
I just thought that was touched off the kick of Grimmond as well, so that's why the mark may have been obscured there. Touch ball.
Thank you, Louis. I've got a lovely cup of tea from Louisa, and I'm enjoying my second cup of it, I'll tell you. McDonald at the back, tap out right-handed. Who's going to get this one? Nicholas Metcalf overruns him. Turner's in there. Hunter. Delahunty in 17 with the man bun. Puts McDonald off his feet. Clever tap off to Creswell from Bishop again. Ball comes forward. Nickel, trouble. Gone. Good tackle. Played on, and umpire stopped the play. So Pete Van Dam, I think you'll find, will go back and take this kick for an effective tackle on Nickel. And Terrigal Avoca looking what you would expect from a top 3 side. Very composed and calculating and well organised, Lucas Holmes. And it's going to be very hard to see Warners Bay come back from here with 18 fit men. Van Dam gets it up in the air. Misses. Andy Baldwin signals are behind. Terrigal Avoca 6'8", 44. Warners Bay 4'3", 27. 50 games for Andy Ball today. Really good bloke. Good mate of mine. Always very supportive of us here at Bar TV. And also a very, very good cricket scorer. But a lovely man and a good, decent human being. And always a great supporter of that. So good on your stats. Well done, mate. Going forward from Lodge. So Lodge has actually come out there. So they've now got 19, I think. Metcalf, McKellar. Lodge beaten. Actually, could have been Simons. I'm not sure. Ellis turns onto his right. Doesn't get a hold of it. Vo at ground level, as you would expect. Nicol comes round, screws it round here, and picked off by James Webster. Goes square. Beautiful kick to Creswell. And Terrigal Avoca looking ominous for me, Lucas Holmes.
What a kick there from James Webster, David. No more than 2 minutes off the ground and straight to his target there forward.
Creswell, again, won't have a problem with the distance. 45 out. Gets it up, and it's a behind, I think. Second behind this quarter. So, Terrigal Avoca 6'9", 45. Warners Bay 4'3", 27. 18 points the difference. And Warners Bay have got to do something very, very special to pull this game out, even now with so many injuries. They're going to have to have some line-harder performances and start to kick a couple of goals. It's been quite a while since they've kicked. The last goal kicker was Jack. Yeah, so it's all, it's almost a quarter. It's over a quarter since they've kicked a goal. So
that was 3/4 of a minute into the second quarter as well, David.
Thank you, Lucas. Out of the square or a free kick at centre half back. I didn't think that whistle was blown at centre half. So there's a freak. I don't know what's going on. Looks like Warners Bay are running backwards. So I think this is a call to Jimmy Webster. It's in the square. What a fascinating decision that is. So it must have been being dragged out of or something. Off the ball, clear. Now, Webster's a good kick. In fact, he's a very good kick. Whether he's got the length, this will test him. He's going to be kicking from about 60 or 62. Gets it up in the air. Just to the edge of the line, very close. Vo down at ground level where he does all of his good work. It did go out. You've played football with Vo. What's been the improvement in Leo Vo?
I'm not exactly sure, David, but his fitness must be playing a very big part in the way he's going, and his consistency as well, David. You know exactly what he's going to get every week from Leo Vo. He's not exactly the flashiest player in the world, but his consistency is off the charts.
Thank you for that. Free kick coming here. Is it Pete Van Dam? Pete's got the football, and I think that's a ruck contest free kick because Van Dam was in with McDonald. Angus Lodge actually coming in front of us, starting to do some, trying to get warm, and not looking 100% comfortable. Van Dam should kick this. You'll hear a high-pitched scream in a minute, and he does. Pete Van Dam kicks his first of the day, and Lucas Holmes will give us a score and a time check, please, as well as the sponsors read.
Terrigal Avoca, 7 goals, 9.51, leading Warners Bay, 4 goals, 3.27.
LJ.
Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week. Breakfast, lunch and dinner. Trading hours 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Support local businesses.
Subway. Eat fresh. Justin's just shaking his head because he knew what was coming. It's what we do. We always do this. It's our thing. With thanks to all of our wonderful sponsors in the Black Diamond Football League, especially our major sponsor, Hunter Haval, East Maitland and Cardiff. Get along and try their cars out now. Davis, who's been terrific in the ruck today, frees Ellis up. Yeah, that's holding the football, I reckon. I reckon that's a free kick to Vo.
Pick the microphone up, Lucas. That was paid as a throw, David.
It might be helpful, Louis. I did that recently as well, so I'm not going to sit there and criticise too much. The steam train, Ben Hunter, gets the football. Looking at his options, not many at the moment. Comes wide. Josh Nicol goes up too early in front of Bayliss, and the ball out of bounds right in front of the timekeeper's area and the Terrigal Avoca bench. Very dim at the moment. Those lights are making a big difference. They stick out a lot. McDonald reads that one best.
Almost be worth, sorry, David, for the boundary umpire to come in a few metres to negate that wind, and it looks like that's exactly what he's doing now. Very well done. Yeah.
Got to give the ruckman a reasonable chance, and they are. McDonald at the back. Good tap out. Excellent tap out, actually. Moran, is he gone?
No.
No prior. Good tackle. And you can hear in the FX microphone the voice. There's only one voice like that in our league. Lucas Holmes, P. Van Dam. Magnificent tap to Bishop. Flint, great football, Terrigal Avoca. Clinic, that's an absolute schooling. That's just beautiful to watch. Ball comes off the centre, Van Dam at the back. Stewart reads it beautifully, then mishandles. Trouble, Grimmon's out there. Spinks has got to shut him down. Matt Spinks, beautiful interception. He's done that so well. Away goes Matthew. Gets his kick out. He might have kicked it straight to Bond. No, in comes McDonald from the side. Very good beat of play from Spinks. Lodge misses what he should have taken. Had that ball cut spent before acceptances. Off comes Davis. Gets a right footer down the line. That's Houston. Shortles at the back. So is Nicol. Houston again, right-hander. Grimmon, can he screw that around? No, it's going to pop up straight in the air. Look out, that ball could bounce anywhere. And has gone eventually out of bounds. Score check. Terrigal Avoca 7-9. Warners Bay 4-3. 10 minutes gone. Lucas Holmes.
Yeah. Terrigal Avoca starting to get the ascendancy, just get the ball more forward. Warners Bay now able to get the ball more than centre wing. Almost pulled off the ball there by Deverell.
Very close. Crawley gets a kick out. Contest coming here for Metcalf. Great pick up, Formby. Big man does very well. Grimmond. Turner's in there. No Pryor. Good tackle. Very effective tackle, James Webster. And didn't go the second tackle. Just got him to ground. There wasn't a sling there, was there, Louis?
No, there wasn't. The battle of elite midfielders, Turner and Webster.
Nick
Very
Turner.
underrated, Nick Turner.
Nick Turner's a very underrated player. McKenna with the tackle. That should be holding the man, I'd suggest. To Bond. Looking for Webster. Webster's running off him. Short ball. It was eventually very good delivery. Brandon Thomas! Point. Terrigal Avoca 7-10-52, and it's one-way traffic at the moment. Warners Bay really under the pump. Warners Bay 4-3-27. 11 minutes elapsed time. Jack Hardman's gone back here, Lucas. He's in the back 50, although there's almost no one in the forward line. Matt Spinks is there, and forward goes Zach Moore now to our right. Jake Roach has got the football. Warners Bay need him to get his hands on the football a lot this quarter. Up in the air. Webster taps it out, disciplined. Luke Roach smothered off the boot by Ellis. And we've got 25 points of difference to Terrigal Avoca. 11 minutes 25 gone. Elapsed time. Boundary umpire listening to Lucas Holmes coming in with that. He hasn't got a long throw, but it is accurate. Good contest, good throw. Turner ducks his head a touch, held by Pete Van Dam and Jimmy Webster. And Bishop orchestrating the moves. Jasper Davis, Bishop taps it out, doesn't take control. Well done there. Paul Glaze gets that ball up in the air. Almost a Mark Lachlan-Deverell. Did that very, very, very well. Short puck comes out from Simons to Luke. And Luke Roach is on the right in front of us. Got to be a contest. Big contest made by Metcalf. Vose kept that in. He carries on with the tackle unnecessarily. And here they go. It's right in front of the camera. Jake Roach is sorting him out. And Jasper Davis comes in as well. McDonald, because Davis was worried about Jake Roach, gets an almost uncontested ruck contest. Leo Vo at the bottom of the pack, as you would expect. With the last man up being McKenna. Big pack, massive pack around here. McDonald gets it out. Luke Roach smothered off the boot. Comes back for it again. Jasper Davis in underneath. McDonald in underneath as well. Vo tries to extract. Can't. That's a push in the back, not seen because of the enormous scrum in front of Marty Ryman there. Darryl Luck's got the footy. Bishop getting his plays where he wants him. Creswell goes out. Well read by Hardman. Can't quite use his speed. Great tackle, Creswell. And that's a free kick. No, I wonder if they're going to let them go. They are. Webster's away. Doesn't. Van Dam being chased by Crawley. Crawley gets him to ground. What's the first thing he had to do? Deverell. Ellis puts his head over it. Does Warner. Good tackle, Ellis. Excellent tackle. And a pretty good contest there all round. It's a miracle that our tent hasn't played away.
Yeah.
It's a miracle. I think Stewart's up here. Misses with Ellis, goes over the top of him. Roach, Jake in underneath. And Ellis will have a throw in here. And McDonald's putting his hand up this time. Throw in coming. As the breeze starts to pick up again. The light that you can see here at the moment is almost exclusively been generated by the floodlights at Freyland Park. That's why it's so clear. It's very, very dim away from that light. And a good tackle made there. You can see that breeze in that background on those higher trees. It is not abated much all day. You can see the ball actually curving there. That was fascinating. Well done, Justin. He was on Justin's coverage. You could see the ball being thrown up, and the breeze just got it and moved it 1.5 meters. So great work, Justin. The point there, 7:11:53. Jake Roach goes short, finds Nickel in his usual spot. And he goes low. That's not a bad result. 53-27, Warners Bay holding on. They've kept the goal kicking down to a reasonable amount this quarter. 26 points down, 14.5, 14.75 gone, I'm sorry. And that cup of tea of mine is looking very good, Louis. Out the ball comes. Bishop left-handed, intercepted by Simons. Ball comes forward. Beats Lodge, who's actually out there having a crack now. So that gives them 19 men, Warners Bay anyway. Gives them one rotation. And a mark taken there. Clear, easy mark to Fitzgerald coming through the pack. Jasper Davies is going to come off as Chris Bishop's come off for Grimmond. Jasper Davies is coming off for a rest, I think, and on comes O'Brien. And McKellar's waiting. So Fitzgerald, who kicked one from the outside this distance in the first quarter, downwind, goes through his process, walks into it. Went close to Link Stewart on the mark, and as a result, tugged that left. Good work on the mark by Stewart. 7-12-54. Terrigal Avoca in front by 27. And Lucas, actually, the sting to a certain extent has gone out of this game. Yeah. Terrigal Avoca doing this reasonably comfortably at the moment. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, that is fair at the moment, David. Probably the pressure from Warners Bay has dropped off due to the lack of numbers that they have on their interchange bench, but doesn't mean they've given up at all.
No, not for 1 second. Not this football club. It's not the way they do about it. And Terrigal Avoca, well, they're one of the premier sides in our league, so would expect nothing less from them. Lachlan Deverell. Lovely views on our cameras. Oh, Hardman! Nearly takes another specky. Shortall taps it forward. Oh, great tackle. In fact, over the shoulder. Hunter in and underneath Fitzgerald there. So, Hunter, off he goes. Goes square. Oh, no. Oh, how has Brandon Thomas missed that? Ben Hunter has shanked a kick. Thomas picked it up 15 metres out and goes onto his left and misses. Andy Bolton will be behind. 7-13-55 Terrigal Avoca. Atrocious shooting, really, although these conditions aren't great. Warners Bay 4-3. Lucas.
Probably had a lot of time than he thought. Brandon Thomas just had no talk from his teammates there.
Hardman from the side, can't quite grab it. Stewart in and under. Flint gets that ball out. Scrubby ball, scrubby kick, and finds Delahunty. Polglaze is within distance. That is 52, just quietly. Good contest, mate. Shortall. He doesn't get the chance. And holding the football. Away goes Stewart, takes the free. Goes, finds Spinks. Matthews away, straight down the spine. Ball holds up. Got to be a contest, Luke. Made with Jason. Another one. He needs to keep going. Jason Van Dam should be pushing the back. Not paid. James Webster, lovely hands out. McKellar, who goes back the other way. Hearing a voice. Webster's running off. Look out. Spinks corrals him. Webster, how's the delivery? Perfect. Missed by Smith. Needs to get it to Grimmond. Warner's done an outstanding job beating 2 men. 3 men. Vo got to get a clean contest. Good work, Terrigal Avoca. Vo's got to get rid of it. Houston, left footer, comes out of there. Finds Creswell. Creswell's on his own. Mark now occupied by Ben Hunter. Little short balls, really actually indecisive in the long run. And after 18 minutes, Terrigal Avoca up by 28 points. On a rather dark and dim and wintry day here at Warners Bay. McDonald over the top. Little short scrubby kick from Hunter. Hardman puts the speed on. How's your delivery, Jack? Picked off by Jason Van Dam. He'll look square. Has he got Bishop with him? No. He's choosed that option. Oh, great contest made, Deverell. And it hurt him too. O'Brien puts a little ball up for Pete Van Dam. And he just had a step on Ben Crawley, and the kick was perfect from number 12, who I don't have listed on my sheet, number 12, actually. But anyway, that's okay. Pete Van Dam looking at his second goal here. And probably be kicking from only 40 metres out. He's got a fair run up. Takes his time. Gets it up. And immediately didn't like it. Pardon the language in the effects microphones. 56-27. Terrigal Avoca up by 29. Deverell, as he's done all quarter, will come this Combox side. Goes to barrel, actually. Luck's a fortune finds Jake Roach. Dykrep needs to clear out the way because this ball's coming straight down a throat. Metcalf's gone forward. McKellar. Little kick from not Lamb, it was Bishop. No, well, can't have been Bishop. It was Flint, actually, in 60. Formby. Out of bounds.
Gone out.
Thank you, and seen by the boundary umpire. And just a reminder to the people watching our game for one of the first times that, like football, in Australian rules, it's not the player. The player is irrelevant. It's the ball that has to be out, unlike league and union where the player is how it's judged. McDonald, lovely tap, beautifully read Bishop, straight out with a helicopter. Goes 70 metres now. Crawley leading the way. Stewart's there. He's been solid this season. He's been almost Warners Bay's best player. Nickel, another very good player this year. Jake Roach, who they've welcomed back, goes long, looks for Metcalf. Got to get in front in the wind. Luke Roach goes. Now, has he got any options here? He might have to go himself. If he kicks that, he's done an enormously... He kicked an extraordinary goal. He's on his own there, gets a kick away, does more over Turner. Warners Bay have got to take this opportunity. Can't hit Nickel. Just intercepted at the last minute. Bishop will get to do something with it, and he does. Goes as long as he possibly can. Ball bounces over to Thomas. Way he goes. In front. Ellis and Stewart. Stewart will have to stay on his feet. It's 1-on-1. Does. Thomas goes left-footed. Misses his target. Crawley coming through. Ducks his head. Deverill. Well done. Another handball. Crawley isn't so well done. Grimman ducks his head. Good tackle and gone. Excellent tackle from Simons. And Grimman couldn't get rid of the football at first opportunity. Simons goes backwards. Fires Lincoln Stewart. Ellis doing a good job of the mark. Gee, I hope that's an accurate kick, and luck's a fortune it is. Jake Roach starting to get a lot of the ball behind. Will kick behind the play. Perfect delivery to Hunter. Absolutely lace out. Hunter needs to do the same. Spinks at ground level. Good contest. And a good tackle made. And, too much body strength from Bishop there on Hardman. Webster, great football, Terrigal Avoca. Jimmy Webster's only problem today is his delivery hasn't been ideal. And just extracted by Ellis. Crawley doing his very best under an enormous contest. 22 minutes gone now, and it's Terrigal Avoca up by 29 points, 56-27. Ellis, Smith, Grimman, well smothered Nickel. There's a little scuffle in the back play. I bet you that's Jake. And it is. Held in there. 22 and a bit gone. And McKenna's just come off. So walking wounded for Warners Bay. McDonald gets first tap of that, uncontested, really. And that ball will be held in. Now it actually gets its way out. Smith's in there, in and under. As the wind starts to pick up and our tent wants to blow away again. Ellis and McDonald. McDonald puts the body on. Too much body strength that time there, Lucas. So McDonald's done well there. Ellis is a very strong lad. Out it comes. Good bump. Oh, good work, Spinks. Has to get rid of it and does. He's done very well to lodge. Kicks it to a contest, but it's the wrong contest because it's... I know, that was actually... Is that 50, Louis? I heard a second whistle.
No, he hadn't played beyond the mark, David. And that was...
It wasn't Lodge. It can't have been Lodge.
It was...
Was it Simons?
Yes, Simons. Sorry, Zach Simons, because that was Lodge there to the marking contest.
Picked up my mistake as soon as I saw the contest between Jason and Angus.
And it was called back because he'd played on beyond the mark, so that's what was taken back.
Van Dam goes short. Tries to find Ellis. Can't hit him. Oh, good bump, Jake Roach. Hardman's in there. Jake Roach gets it out handball. Stewart running on down. Gets a scrubby kick out. Someone's hurt there and then underneath. Spinks is slow to get up. That's Jack Hardman down. The Warners Bay don't need that. Ball comes forward. Picked off by Nickel. Players all down everywhere here.
And that's Moore with the mark on the outer side,
And
David.
Jack Moore, while Jack Hardman is in all sorts here, and it looks like his left arm, Lucas, which is not good. Lincoln Stewart, a good tumbling mark in front of Jasper Davis. Stewart goes short and direct and accurately, actually. Very good kick to Jake Roach. Lucas, can you keep an eye on Jack, please?
Yep. No, not a problem, David.
It's a 1-on-5 here. This will come back to Terrigal Avoca. Metcalf's got no chance. Webster. Wide to McKellar. McKellar, not marked by O'Brien. Should have been picked. Hunter's going on in the background with O'Brien. Doesn't need to do that at the moment. Jack Hardman's in all sorts here, and I wonder if play's been stopped. It has. So Jack Hardman being cared to by the physio and Kevin Roach. And it's his left wrist, and that is not a good sign. It's either wrist or shoulder because he's in a bad way. Holy cow, Lucas Holmes. What kind of a day is this? That's at least 4, possibly 5 injuries. And Hardman, Lucas, the way that's being held, that's a wrist or an arm.
Yeah, the wrist doesn't look too good there.
Oh, my goodness. So Hardman knows he's in strife and just waiting to replace him here. Bishop getting everybody right, going back, just orchestrating the team. McKenna's going to come back out. And that's three-quarter time. So what a sombre finish to that quarter. Jack Hardman injured. Terrigal Avoca 7-14-56. Warners Bay 4-3-27. Lucas Holmes goal kickers both sides.
Goal kickers, firstly for Terrigal Avoca. Yeah, 2 goals for Brandon Thomas. Then singles for Pete Van Dam, Jack Fitzgerald, Dan Houston, Tom Creswell and Jasper Davis. And then for Warners Bay, 2 goals each to the now injured Jack Hardman and Luke McKenna.
So just to run through the injuries for Warners Bay. Actually, no, that's not fair. Terrigal Avoca comfortably going, just their goal kicking letting them down, and they'll win this game. There's no doubt in my mind that they'll get home. Yeah. Warners Bay would have to do something absolutely miraculous, although they have got the bruise.
You can't really fault, to a point, you can't really fault Terrigal Avoca's goal kicking, David, due to the conditions that are fair in front of us at the moment.
And so just a reminder for everybody, Oscar Anderson, Jack Hardman, Josh Ranieri, and Kobe McClure are all out of the game and look like they're done for the day. So Warners Bay down to the basic 18 with questions on McKenna and Lodge. Gracious me. We'll come back to you in a couple of minutes after a quick three-quarter time break.
G'day, Rabbit and Julie Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL.
You're looking for a feature-packed premium SUV for your family? Check out Hunter Haval and their range of affordable SUVs.
We want to give a massive thank you to all of the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL sponsors.
Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club,
GE Industrial Solutions, ISC,
Prime 7,
Bar TV Sports,
The Entertainment Grounds,
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery,
Marks Men Workforce.
Please support our sponsors that support us.
And we'll catch you on the radio 6 till 9 weekdays on Star 104.5.
Back with you at three-quarter time here at Fane Oval. Quick score run through. Lucas, 1 on 1 off, please. You start.
Yep. Gosford 9 goals 7, leading Nelson Bay 6 goals 5 at Dick Burwell Oval.
At Don Small Oval in Tacoma, Wyong Lakes 1-3, Newcastle City 14 goals 14.
At Max McMahon Oval in Rutherford, Killarney Vale 12 goals 12, leading Maitland 4 goals 5.
And good performance here by Singleton, holding Cardiff at the moment. Cardiff 9-8. 54-62 to 5-2-32. So 30 points of difference there. Singleton holding on. So they're the score updates here. And Terrigal Avoca just about one more quarter away from putting the polish on a good performance here. Warners Bay have really got to dig deep. Be interesting to see what would happen if Warners Bay hit a couple of quick goals. But their avenues to goal are now they've got no rotations left. They're probably playing with 16 fit men at the moment. And this will test anybody. What a awful run of injuries. And on the flip side of it, Terrigal Avoca just going about their business. It's just another day at the office.
Yeah, that's all they do. Not fancy, not jump out and have a look at me. This is the grind they get into every week, and that's why they've been such a consistent side over the journey, David.
Yes, they have. And when you go back and speak to people, you look at the premierships and the grand finalists, and then the last Cardiff had a run of 12 years in making grand finals every year, and then the advent of Terrigal Avoca making grand finals, and themselves and Newcastle City have been the benchmark in recent years. And while I don't think this is as good a Terrigal Avoca side as perhaps the last couple of years, they've certainly got some players that are stepping up here today. I think Davis has been good in the ruck. And look, Webster has been okay today. Yeah. Nothing flash, to be honest. He's starting to get a bit of football now. They were very intense on him. The fact Pete Van Dam deciding to come out of retirement, I think, makes a big difference to them as well. Corey Devil shaking his head over there. It's a bit cold and a bit miserable for him.
We even compare that.
Marty Ryman's saying the same. It's not the greatest day in history, is it, Coach?
Well, you were talking about last year's Terrigal Avoca side. Sorry.
So that's two rates. Yeah, just Marty Ryman with us here. Jack's broken his arm as well. So Anderson and you're down to 18 men. No rotations now. Is that correct? And so you played the 16 fit man. Thank you for that. So dreadful news here from Fane Oval. 2 broken arms in the one afternoon. Jack Hardman and Oscar Anderson. Goodness gracious me. Siren, gentlemen. We're away. Quarter number 4. Left-hander out from Davis. Bishop almost pushed out of it by Roach. He just did enough to convince the umpire and pushed him. And the umpire said, that'll be mine, thanks. Terrigal woke up by 29. They're going against the breeze this quarter. What can Warners Bay do? Davis, a lovely right-hander. Out comes Spinks, turns onto his left and kicks the ball forward. Out they come. Metcalf's got... No, that's McKenna, actually. Out comes Moore. Metcalf's gone into the full forward, but by the look of that, with Jason Van Dam back on him. Needs to run him around there. Spinks takes a very good mark. Spinks has been serviceable today. I've been most impressed with him today, Louis.
He's been very good, Matt Spinks. He said serviceable, shows flashes and always is in the game.
Doesn't quite get that drop punt. Ball drops short. Where are the Rovers? Oh, McKenna's trying for his third. Gets it out. Warner, good tackle. Out comes from Webster and away they go. Lovely work to Delahunty from Bishop. Delahunty, a scrubby old kick, goes about 40 metres. Creswell. Webster flying past. What a magnificent tackle, Jake Roach. Jake's actually been pretty good today, Louis. When he's got that football, he's been good. Lots of body work. That's a great tackle on Webster, and it's shaking him up. Jake Roach goes long. Where are they out the back? No mark taken. Jason Van Dam and Metcalf. Metcalf will want to get the ball to ground. Shortall goes underneath that, I thought. No, he's going to call him back. Jack Grimman had the football there, but umpire Lux called him back. And Shortall. Shortall called a play on right in front of us. Mark to Jake Roach. The sound of when he hits a football, it's listening to Jake Roach kick a football. It's hard to describe. It's a bit like hearing a cricket ball hit right in the screws. There's just this certain sound. He just smokes it. It's just a elegant and powerful kicking action.
Is that the only reason how you can describe Jake Roach as elegant?
He's got a lovely.
You're right though. His kicking action is spot on.
Look, yeah, it's. There's certain people you love to see them kicking a football. Bishop maybe over 35 metres doesn't miss.
Yep.
Webster usually doesn't miss over that sort of. Scott Reed's a very good kicker of the football in field play, but Roach has got on all top of them. He can kick it long as well.
Yeah.
And it's technically really good to watch. Van Dam been really good today. Really good at centre-half back. McKellar. Good tackle. Luke Roach, I think, tried hard all day for Marty Ryman. Out that ball comes. Now, Sam O'Brien is listed in 6. So I've just realised that's Sam. So he's gone to 12, Lucas. So Sam, and it's got to do with the Indigenous jumpers. They're not wearing their normal jumpers, some of the players today. In the ball comes. Well done, Simons, and Spinks won't keep that ball in front. 3 1/4 minutes elapsed time. Going to be a somber night tonight for Warners Bay. Marty Ryman's going to look back and trying to find 22 fit players for next week. Tough days for them. And Terrigal Avoca will go back and plan on another victory. Bond, lovely sweeping handball. Polglaze, good effort, Spinks, to put pressure on. Spinks has been good today. Webster starting to get more hands on the ball. Bond off him, going down with his natural left foot. Ball might go out. No, Link Stewart's got to get back on his feet. Dragged it back in. Now it's out. So now he's in trouble. Now he's in trouble because the tackle's being made. And gets a stoppage, which is a good result.
On next week, David, Terrigal Avoca head back home to have a home game against Maitland. And as we said before, next week, Bar TV coverage, Newcastle City versus Warners Bay at Newcastle #1 Sports Ground.
With the master and the apprentice in commentary. Yes. So, Terrigal Avoca have Maitland. Okay, right. And then they've got the blockbuster game against City. Brought with in commentary, Lucas Holmes and David Michael Redden. Cannot wait for that. Grimmond. Crawley, good hands out. Deverell. Hunter. Grimmond! No, that's not going to go in. It's going to hold up. In they come from all angles, and Turner actually gets a punch out. Crawley a bit sore. Turner, as always, lion-hearted. And Crawley just filling that right leg. You can see he's got his right sock taped up. Score check is Terrigal Avoca, Lucas Holmes.
7 goals, 14.56, leading Warners Bay. 4 goals, 3.27. Just 5.25 minutes gone in this last quarter, David.
Another short throw. He'll probably come in 5 yards this time. And does. Thank you, Louis, for that. Jake Roach, good tackle, and then danger. Now, is he pinged him for that? Just wanting to see what the umpire does here. So that's been called for a secondary tackle, and it's not a 50, and it's not a card, and it's the Bishop's talking to him there, telling him it's the sling motion that he got pinged for. And Shortle, luckily, is okay. Shortle for Terrigal Avoca's first goal of the quarter. And kicks it straight over the goal umpire's hat. Well done, Matthew Shortle, after the mistake of tackling. And Terrigal Avoca 8-14-62, Warners Bay 4-3-27. Lucas Holmes.
Looking for a feature pack from SUV for your family? Check out Hunter Avoca and their range of affordable SUVs. Starting from just $24,990, drive away with a 5-year warranty and 5 years roadside assistance. Hunter Avoca will give you more. Book your test drive today.
Hunter Haval, East Maitland and Cardiff, ladies and gentlemen. Please get along there. Mention that you're a Black Diamond, involved with the Black Diamond Footy League. Got lots and lots of deals. Into financial year coming as well. Get along to Hunter Haval, East Maitland and Cardiff, the major sponsor of the Black Diamond Football League we love. And Lucas and I have the privilege of calling every week. McDonald gets that one out in front of Davis. Webster kicks that ball backwards, actually. Bond. Smith. Webster running freely, which is dangerous for the rest of the league, in my opinion. Smith. Picked off by, is that Nickel at the bottom of that? It was Cyril. And ball just off the edge of the cricket block. Davis and McDonald. And Crawley's had to go back, so McDonald's rucking unchanged here. Well done, McDonald. Delahunty gets it forward. Oh, that's almost a trip. Accidental, of course. Houston. Good to touch it. You got a yard on Crawley. Is he finished? He has. Lovely finish, Daniel Houston. Just 1 yard too quick for Crawley. And Dan Houston's second goal. Terrigal Avoca 9-14-68. Warners Bay 4-3-27. 7 3/4 minutes gone in the last quarter. Lucas Holmes.
Belmont 16-footer Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. For all the latest news and promotions, visit 16s.com.au or find us on Facebook. The home, the Black Diamond AFL.
Elliot Davey Medal Night. Always a major night on the calendar in August this year, Lucas Holmes. It's a great night, and we've had the pleasure of going to a couple of them. They're just a superb night.
It sure is, David.
And Lucas Holmes has the added benefit of being just around the corner from his joint. When he's here, that is. Jake Roach being almost Warners Bay's best player. Metcalf, he's left-footed. He's going to go onto his right here. Looks and waits and tries to pop the ball up to a contest. Contest made very late by Warner. And a good Mark Webster, who's got better as the game's got along. He's been very good in the second half. Contest Houston. Good contests Gibbons. Crawley goes to ground. Little short handball comes out. McKenna. Hunter. Tries to put the bump on Webster. It's sitting at the back, as he so often does. Finds Bishop. For once, his hands let him down. That hasn't happened much in the last 20 years. Hunter and Bishop, two of the best in and under plays in the entire league there together. A lot of respect between the two of them. Off 2 feet, Jasper Davis does again. He must have a great natural jump. When I get a break, I'll talk about the rucking and rucking off 2 feet. You often see our female players do it. Okay, chance here. Lodge. Oh, the ball's... Oh, now, what's that decision? He must have been under pressure. Warners Bay 4-4-28. Terrigal Avoca 9-14-68. Lucas, one thing I do know a little bit about it, being in the ruck contest, although I couldn't jump more than a foot, is that you always jump off one leg. And Jasper Davis has just been jumping off 2 feet. And he must have a great natural jump because he goes very high.
Yeah.
Di Crepp has learned in the Warners Bay women's side, and Di Crepp can do it, Rebecca Ives can do it, they jump off one leg. The ones that jump off 2 legs don't get the elevation.
And Pippa Smythe was the same as well, David.
Oh, yeah, and Pippa spent a lot of time learning it. Yeah, so Bishop running down the flank, little short 25-minute kick will be perfect. Ellis snuck at the back of Stewart there, gets a long driving ball up there. Where the Rovers, Deverell, who's been again serviceable for his beloved Warners Bay side. 100 games to Deverell here, gets another stat now. Handball off Stewart. Ball coming down the flank. Spinks, Bond, Shortle. Deverell comes back for another contest. He's run 100 metres to get in that contest, Lachlan Deverell. So, fitness is not an issue for the young man. Missing his brother today, who's another Warners Bay player injured, although he was out before the game with a slight shoulder issue.
You've got a problem with his AC joint, David.
Indeed.
As that rain just starts to set in now, actually?
Yes, but the wind is the most mild it's been all day, Louis, at the moment. Thank goodness. And ball out of bounds in front of James Webster. We've got about halfway through this last quarter. Lucas Holmes and I will be looking for the heater tonight, and in my case, I'll... a nice long black coffee. I'm not sure which kind of coffee Louis Holmes has.
I'm not a coffee drinker, to be
honest. Not a coffee
drinker.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be on the. I've got a coffee pod machine at home. I'll get one of those tonight. I'll tell you. While I write the reviews and perhaps watch a little bit of football on television this evening.
Dream time at the G this evening, David.
And it's on. I think it's on free to air. So yeah, that'll be good for me to watch. I'll have that on when I don't really like either side very much. I'm not a fan of Essendon, and I don't like Richmond much. So. Our Prime 7, Lucas Holmes, as you said, 4 games each weekend, including Saturday nights, and it'll be on tonight. Massive game for our competition, highlighting and showcasing what the effect that Indigenous people have on our game. And in my opinion, our football is the most... A great tackle, Jake Roach, who's been really good today. I have seen some superb Indigenous footballers, both at country level and at the top level. And I just think that Indigenous players are perfectly suited to our game. Their skills, speed, and Indigenous players do things on a football field that no one else can, Lucas. And I'm absolutely perfectly serious, and they are a massive part of our game. McKellar, too far out to score with this breeze. Nickel just does enough to put Formby off. He's a bigger man, Formby. Stewart not trying to take control of the football and does enough. He's actually very skilled at that. Just holding the ball in there.
Take all the rest they can get. Some of the Warners Bay players, as you said, down to no rotations now, David.
Indeed. Ball still in, I think, and has now gone through for a point. And Lucas is right, the rain starting again. 9-15-69, Terrigal Avoca. And Warners Bay 4-4-28. You can see some of the Indigenous jumpers there. That beautiful Warners Bay jumper with the serpent going down it. And the lovely jumper that's designed for Terrigal Avoca. Just wonderful. Bishop and McDonald, once the ball gets to ground level, Bishop will have the advantage. Spinks swoops in. Beautiful delivery, left-footed. That's such good football. That is so skillful from Spinks and Luke Roach. Luke Roach puts that ball into some distance to that. He smoked that. Was it out of bounds in the full, Louis? Craig Welsh not a very happy man at the moment. I don't know if it's out of bounds in the full. I couldn't swim. Where I am, I couldn't see it either. So, just waiting to see what's being done here. I think it's actually a throw-in. So, yep. After me waxing lyrical about Luke Roach's long kick, it eventually lands just in the field of play. Just a slight rain at the moment. We've been very lucky today. They haven't had more. Justin's cameras, he's getting the coverage on that because it's starting to get wet. Just while I'm on it, Justin's done a fantastic job standing up there on that ute for three foot games of football in this weather. Justin, credit to you, mate. Superb job. Thank you very much. He's not well either, and Lucas and I are both very appreciative of his job that he's done today. And again, best mates, regards to our mate Liam. Hope you're all right, mate. I know you had a bit of trouble this morning with a car accident. We just hope you're all okay. Ball out from Jake Roach, who's been excellent today. McKenna just gets a little scrubby kick out. Oh, bumped out of it. That's a high tackle. Jack Grimmon takes the kick. Free kick against Jake Roach, who's away he goes. Ball out square, looking for Webster. Good contest. I tell you what, Warners Bay have tried hard today, Lucas. Gee, they've made some contests. There'll be some sore Terrigal players tonight. Picked off by the steam-trained Ben Hunter. Goes short with a left-footed kick and didn't. He probably should have gone back right-footed. That's 50. Well, if that, and he's just gone over the mark, that's also 50, not paid. So, generous umpiring there, I think. Shortall. He's played on. Luke can go to him now. O'Brien. Goes long right in front of us. Picked off by Lincoln Stewart. McKellar is allowed to come to the mark. Awful kick by Stewart. And into the man on the mark by McKellar. Ellis gets a stat. Lachlan Deverell against Pete Van Dam. Now it's at ground level. Lachlan's got a chance. Did enough to get that to ground level, and well done both players. Pete Van Dam gets a stoppage against 2. Lachlan Deverell was out of position, managed the contest. Good footy. 15 and 3/4 minutes gone. Terrigal Avoca by 41. Out that ball comes Pete Van Dam. Tackled out of it by Roach. Hunter off McDonald. Puts that ball up in the air. As it gets colder and wetter. Luke Roach has got 5 to beat. If he gets a stoppage out of this, he's done extraordinarily. He actually gets a kick out, but sitting at the back was O'Brien. Delahunty, Shortall. Turner's got the sit. Ball drops short as it has done all day at that end. Crawley tries to put some body on Bayliss. Still fighting hard. Turner putting his body on the line. Vo in and under. McDonald, hard to bend down when you're 6'8". Roach. Shortall, good tackle, Jake Roach. Vo, good efforts by everybody there. Crawley's in trouble. That's holding the football. And whoever's made that, they're playing play on. Bishop's having a ping from there. Goal to the coach. Polish on a very handy day for Terrigal Avoca. So, Terrigal Avoca 10-15-75. Warners Bay 4-4-28. Lucas Holmes.
GE Industrial Solutions. Partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the past 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Also a proud sponsor of the BDAFL Women's Competition.
I'll give you an indication of what the weather's like at the moment. I'm going to put a blanket over the tablet because it's getting wet and the rain is horizontal where we're commentating, ladies and gentlemen. So not exactly a pleasant afternoon here. Lucas, if you could just do that and can cover up my iPad, that'd be great. Thanks, mate. Thank you, sir. Okay. Tap out comes out. Jake Roach has been superb today. He really has been. It's one of the best games I've seen him play under all sorts of pressure. He's been disciplined and hard and got lots of football. Got his own football. Sometimes people have credit from loitering at the back. Today he's been superb. I think that's a high kick, high contact, and McKenna will get a free kick. He's playing wounded as well, so he's done a good job.
And don't forget with Roach as well, David, it's only his second game back from injury as well.
Yeah, and it was a serious quad injury too that he's got. He's still got that left leg bandaged. McKenna's actually taken this as a kick at goal, Lucas Holmes. From 55 out, he'd have to get it right. The wind's strong enough. Gets it up in the air. Coming back. Oh, someone at the back's gone to Specky. Metcalf, I think. And a behind. So there's a behind to Warners Bay. 4-5-29. Terrigal Avoca 10-15-75. As back goes the blanket over my iPad. Thank you. Blanket comes in useful, doesn't it?
It does.
Bishop goes wide. McDonald the punch. Discipline Vo at ground level. Gets the ball forward. Mark, no, Metcalf had an uncontested chance then. And no Pryor. Deep in attack for Warners Bay. I think everybody's will be reasonably comfortable when that siren gets blown, Lucas Holmes. I think there'll be a very quick pack up today Lamb, gone. That should be a free kick. To another tackle, gone. 2 in a row. Excellent work, Moore. Not paid. And the third one goes. Was it Moore again? It's Spinks, I think. Or who's he calling for the kick? It's actually Leo Vo. So Leo Vo's got to go back and take his kick. Some intense pressure there from Warners Bay. So Leo with the kick for his first today. And he's put that through, I believe. We're just waiting for stats. Yep. Goal Leo Vo. Well done, Leo. 35, Warners Bay. 5-5-35. And Terrigal 10-15-75. This game, we've got 19, almost 20 minutes gone by the time of the next ball up. Next week, Warners Bay, Newcastle City, number 1 sports ground in Newcastle West. Lucas will be on a week's sabbatical. And then next time we commentate, the blockbuster, Terrigal, Avoca, Newcastle City, Hilton Moore Oval in East Gosford on the 16th of June. And looking forward to that. That's a big day out for us. And cannot wait for that. So enjoy your time in Melbourne. Lucas too, will you please, mate?
Thank you very much. No, it will be a very enjoyable weekend.
Enjoy watching Melbourne belt Collingwood too. Lucas is shaking his head in the background, ladies and gentlemen. Hunter's got to come back on the mark quickly. So many things are just... Our game's fascinating, it really is. The little things that happen are unbelievable. Creswell, left-footed. That ball will go to the left. Got to sit down. Cyril's underneath that. Stewart at the back. Houston! 3 goals, Dan Houston. As I have a coughing attack. 3 goals, Daniel Houston, in a very good performance. I'll tell you what, Subway Morris, it's going to be interesting here today, Lucas. We'll have to make the decision shortly because there's no way we're standing around here for very long. Look, very interesting to see who's going to get Subway Morris. I know Jake Roach had a good day out, but he's playing in the wrong side. Yep. Gracious. Jack's been all right.
It's been a very even performance, hasn't it? There hasn't been many standouts, to be honest.
Davis has been good in the ruck.
Yep.
Formby's gone okay. Jason Van Dam's had a good day. Just been very consistent.
Delahunty's been all right.
Yeah, he's been all right.
It's been that sort of day, isn't it? Sort of a fair few all right. It's been not many standouts.
It's a typical Terrigal Avoca performance.
It is.
Lamb off that left foot, and that's a downfield free kick, I think, for disposal after the play. So that'll be Smith, right foot up, into Delahunty. Takes the mark on his chest. Dying embers of this game. Jack's running on. Goes right, and someone's gone square for him. Is it Creswell again? No, it is Creswell. Deverell's got to get on his feet and make a contest. Does. Second tackled. Well done. And they're both hurt. I think they've got a bit of a head clash in behind play. Last thing, Warners Bay needs another injury. Creswell, Deverell's struggling to his feet. Spinks trying his guts out. He's tried all day. That should be out of bounds. The full not's dropped short. Oh, Stewart comes, wanted the football more. Great work, Lincoln Stewart. Goes long for him. It went 25 metres. Davis, handball out. Out the back to Smith. Delahunty handball. Bishop for his second in the last corner. Misses. I think he's at the post actually.
Yeah.
Posted to Bishop. 11-16-82. Warners Bay 5-5-35. 22 and 3/4 minutes gone. And Jake Roach will go back and take the kick out as in his role as designated kicker. Kicks that straight downwind. Out to the flank. Ellis steps inside Crawley. Pops it up. And Bishop takes an uncontested mark overhead. And he will take his 30 seconds. As the rain just starts to set in. Short ball. Formby.
Sorry.
Cyril Nickel, he's paid that. He's either free kicked him or paid that mark. Straight across ground, across the goals from Nickel. Nick Turner's there. And that's out of bounds of the full, I reckon. He shanked that. McKellar is going to have a chance at goal, and his club mates. If he kicks this goal, you'll hear about it for a week at Hilton Moore Oval. He's got it as we say. He's got the impossible angle. I reckon he's going to have a shot at this. I'd be kicking at check side. McKellar. behind. 11-17-83, Warners Bay, 5-5-35. Terrigal Avoca in front by 48 points, 8 straight. Davis can't quite keep the mark. McKellar. Still at ground level, McKellar. Jake Roach has been superb in a beaten side. That ball's gone 75, now gone 80. Everyone's so tired. Vo, he's the void coming back. McKenna, who's been good today. Metcalf has had to go one out in the forward line for most of the second half.
And he's grabbed it.
It's Metcalf. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's the back of the calf. I reckon he might have got a corky. Just hope he hasn't done a muscle there. I reckon that's a cork in that. Yeah. When you tear and pull those, you can't walk like that. He's got a corky. And that'll be nice and bruised tomorrow. Wonderful sound in the background. Nice old thunderstorm brewing. Just what we need. Umpire says that's mine. Just at the end of this game now, 25 minutes gone. What are you shaking your head about?
Corey Deverill and Kane Gibbs just trying to, yep.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Kane Gibbs, Corey Deverill. There's the IQ brothers for you at the Waters Bay Football Club. Give us a wave. Superb performance by Terrigal Avoca. 11-17-83. Warners Bay 5-5-35. Goal kickers. Dan Houston 3. Brandon Thomas 2 for Terrigal Avoca. Doubles to Jack Hardman and Luke McKenna. Lucas Holmes, before we go to the biggest cost of this game is going to be the injury toll for Marty Ryman. He's got to go back and get 22 fit players next week. He could have 6 or 7 new blokes in. Terrigal Avoca, honestly, business as normal.
Yep.
It's good performance. Most impressive. Subway Morissette, your thoughts?
I'll just go through sort of the best plays for both sides. I'll firstly start with Warners Bay, David, and I think, as you said, Jake Roach was probably one of the better players out there today. Matt Spinks as well. Link Stewart was all right at the back. Zach Simons as well was fairly serviceable, as well as Luke McKenna in his second game back. And this is where it gets hard. I think, David, as you said, a very serviceable Terrigal Avoca outfit. Not many standout players, but they just all get in and do their job. And just dominated, to be honest, from start to finish. This is
the hardest. It's just one period where Warners Bay were the best side of that 10 minutes. Goodness me, who do we pick? I know we've got to make a quick decision, and that's our job. Davis was all right. Grimmin was all right. They were all pretty good.
Brandon Thomas was all right.
Yeah, not BOG, mate. No. Jason Van Dam had a pretty good day as well. Happy with Jason?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Subway Morissette, Jason Van Dam. On a tough day for Warners Bay and a very good day for Terrigal Avoca. Terrigal Avoca 48. On behalf of my partner Lucas Holmes, who I'll see in a fortnight, after an extraordinary day with the wind and the rain starting to really set in here, with thanks to our mate Justin from Bar TV, he's done an unbelievable job for 3 games of footy. The voice is a bit weary. It's been a good day. Lucas Holmes, good evening.
Thank you very much, David. Best of luck yourself and Gary next week.
Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you in a fortnight. And on behalf of Lucas Holmes and Justin, this is the Bar TV coverage of the Hunter Haval Black Diamond Cup. My name's David Redden. Good afternoon.
G'day, Rabbit and Julie Goodwin here from Star 104.5.
We love the Central Coast and we love our local sport, especially the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL.
If you're looking for a feature-packed premium SUV for your family, check out Hunter Haval and their range of affordable SUVs.
We want to give a massive thank you to all of the Hunter Haval Black Diamond AFL sponsors.
Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club,
GE Industrial Solutions, ISC,
Prime 7,
Bar TV Sports,
The Entertainment Grounds,
Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery,
Marks Men Workforce.
Please support our sponsors that support us.
And we'll catch you on the radio 6 to 9 weekdays on Star 104.5.